how are you doing on your New Year's resolutions? Dropping weight? Handling stress? Enjoying life? Spending time with loved ones? Saving money? What are you waiting for? Keep your resolutions. Don't put them off until you forget them like last year. Yeah, we know all about you and that weight loss and the running and
Vasiliev had it behind him. He'll go back to play. Vasiliev trying to roll the puck ahead. Basilio takes over and the Aeros are back. Aeros 13-8-1 on the road this year. They've won 10 of their last 14, but have dropped 3 in a row on the road thus far. Grizzlies at home 16-5-3, but they're winners of 4 in a row overall. Now a long shot across the line. And play whistle down as the Aeros offsides. We're a minute into the first period and a scoreless hockey game.
And the Aeros just trying to get the puck in deep, playing very simple to start off this game. You know, when you talk to Dave Tippett, one thing that he always says is that let's start the game simple, especially on the road. You know, Mark Lamb, who I had a great chance to have breakfast with this morning, Adam, and he said that the forwards just need to go a little harder to the net. If they have that little more persistence in front of MacArthur, they think that they can score some goals.
Scoreless start to the hockey game. Puck goes in, and the Grizzlies turn around. Here's a pass. Sharples rolled it ahead. Lever steered to center, and it's Jan Kaminsky who fired it into the arrow end. Jakes will go back to play. Steve Jakes. Aeros looking for a big game from him tonight as the puck is shoveled back. Guy LaRose for the Aeros, turning at center, hustled back to his own end, and here is Hurlbut trying to move it through the check of Kaminsky, and back to play at Joby Messier, who I thought was one of the top defensemen in that hockey game Friday night.
And he played about 30 minutes.
Here's Levers across the line, dropped it. Kaminsky right in on goal, centered. Shabbat the save, and the puck went into a scrum and play whistle down. So right off the bat, the Grizzlies come in. And Freddie Shabbat makes a save, and we send it down to the Aeros bench and Rob Dopson. Dauber, the Aeros have had a little bit of trouble coming out of the gate in the first period.
Yeah, you looked at the last 5 games, Adam. I think we were outshot like 60-30 or 68-30. And I think what happens sometimes is, you know, the way Freddie's playing, a lot of teams want to try to get to him quick, get a few opportunities early. Maybe he's not quite as sharp, but unfortunately that's not, or fortunately for us, rather, that's the case. The other thing I think is our forwards aren't getting the puck deep like we were. When we were successful in that 12-game span, we really got the puck deep, worked their D, and created a lot of chances. And I think those 2 combinations are what's been hurting us the last 5 games.
Thank you very much. Off the draw, here's a quick shot by Vukota, kicked out of there by Freddie Shabbat. And it's moved along the boards, and here come the Aeros out at center. Bowler across the line for Yo, right side, wrist shot right on, and MacArthur there to make the save, and he'll hold on. We're just about 2 minutes into the first period. And a scoreless hockey game. And a moment ago, some terrific action in front of Freddie Shabbat.
Well, Rob Dopson said that, you know, teams want to shoot early on him. Here's a great shot, and Freddie Shabbat had to drop down in that butterfly style with all that traffic in front of him. He drops down low because he knows the puck is not coming high, and he just gets his big goalie pads flat on the ice. That's what makes him have so much success.
Here's our first look at Alan Leggett, who was called up today by the Aeros, and it breaks a string of, and in all, I say this in all fairness to Lauren Knopf, the Aeros for 20 games had gone with 5 defensemen. Knopf not seeing a lot of ice, and they're hoping Leggett right now just a band-aid as the puck comes into Jim Down, and it's rolled away by Alan Leggett. Big guy too.
Oh, he's huge. He's 6'2", 225 pounds. Very strong and physical in front of the net.
Puck is shot out at center, and here comes Valasevic, left wing across the line. He'll circle back. A centering pass, and that chip down to MacArthur comes right out, and he'll flip it out at neutral ice, and Basilio goes back to play. 2.5 gone in the opening period. Aeros and the Grizzlies scoreless. Bowler trying to move it across the line. Bowler hemmed in along the boards. Whitney took him to the wall, and it's Taylor 2-on-1 with Vasiliev across the line. Vasiliev in, nice move, and then it was poked away at the last second by Basilio. So at first, when it looked like Basilio was going to get beat, he made a terrific defensive play to poke it away.
And who was it? Vasiliev, excellent speed. Dave Basilio, though, regrouping and throwing his stick back. Great play.
Sharples back behind the net, and he'll turn the puck around. We're 3 minutes into this first period, no score, but Grizzlies have had the better of the chances so far as Vasiliev steered it in. Down the boards it come. Taylor centered one along the wall. Whitney getting set, shoots, it hit a skate. Back to the line, Messier winding, shooting, and it blistered just wide of the net. And Al May goes to gather in the puck for the Aeros. He'll shoot it at center, it'll miss everybody. It'll go down the ice, And who's going to get there? The Grizzlies will get there. It is icing, and we'll take a break. We are scoreless from Delta Center.
What is a low fare, really? It means more than 49 or 99 bucks. It's 22 Nelsons together in one place at last. It's a history book come to life. It's flying to the seafood instead of having the seafood fly to you. That's why at Southwest Airlines, they're called Freedom Fares. And why anytime you want to spread your wings, we'll have a fare that says you can.
See your Texas Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Scoreless hockey game here in the first period, and Dave Tippett wanting to see a much better first period than he's seen in the last several, and hopefully he will get it. And Butch Goring has seen his team come out with some quality scoring opportunities in this first period, and he said as far as the game Friday was concerned, it came down to goaltending. He thought that Shabbat was outstanding, but MacArthur was even better, simply put. Now we've got a whistle and a penalty coming up, and I believe it's against the Houston Aeros, or is it against Vasiliev? It might be against Vasiliev, and it is.
He hauled down one of the Aero players in front of Rob Dopson down there in front of the bench. He's going to go off for 2 minutes. He's just coming back from a slight shoulder separation. He missed the last 4 games. He's going to tackle Al Conroy. Al Conroy just keeping his feet moving. Gets hauled down by the arm of Andrei Vasiliev, who we alluded to, Adam, and early on, what a great play by Dave Baciggio to regroup and have that throwing poke check at him.
So the Aeros will get their first crack on the power play, and they'll try and snap an 0 for 10 slump that they're in right now on the power play. They are 14.8% on the power play. The Grizzlies 80.4%. And off the draw, the Grizzlies wind it back down into the arrow end, and Baciggio will set up on the man advantage. Baciggio defensively with Darcy Warwenka. Mark Lamb with Guy LaRose and Graham Townsend. Aeros start out with it. Lamb gains center ice. He will flip the puck to Warwenka, but LaRose went in way ahead of the play, and that is offsides. They'll bring the face-off back to center.
Guy LaRose thought the puck was already dumped in. He just kept on going forward, going nowhere. And, you know, in his last 8 games, he has 5 goals. And when he does score, that's one thing. When he scores, the Aeros are 11-2 in their last 13 games. I mean, you think that maybe I could have put him in the gamble game plan. When Guy LaRose scores, Aeros win.
Yeah, they picked up their second loss though in Phoenix when he scored, but now they got a chance to right that.
Yeah, sure, as long as he scores, and he has to score. And it's funny, his stick today, his stick is battered and bruised. Adam, you should see this. He has about 5 different rolls of tape holding his stick together, as it's just, he says it is his favorite stick he's had in a long time.
Trying to make it last forever, huh?
Yeah, sure. When you're scoring 5 goals in 8 games, you do whatever it takes.
Yeah, you're right. Puck is in the Grizzly end. Aeros still on the power play for 1:25. Puck smacked down, and here is Guy LaRose getting set. Hands it over to Mark Lamb. Back along LaRose to the line. Warwenka sends to Baciggio. Lets the shot go. That deflected wide of the net. Lamb was there. It rolled along the boards, and Warwenka takes over. Gives to Baciggio. Winding, shooting, scoring! It was deflected in front. I don't know if a Grizzly deflected it. It might have been Lamb or Freer. Regardless, the Aeros score on the power play. They lead at 1-0.
And it goes back to that traffic in front of the net. When your power play is struggling, you want to throw people in front of the net, and Mark Lamb is going to be in front. Dave Baciggio takes the long shot. Mark Lamb in front. 2 Grizzlies in front. Graham Townsend in front. Just tons of traffic in front of MacArthur. He could not see the puck, and then it was deflected. I believe Mark Lamb did get the goal.
And here's another look at it, and while we take another look at it, we will send it down to the Aeros bench, and Rob Dopson. Dauber, that's a critical goal to get on the board first. We'll check in with him later. Back behind the net, and here is Gord Dineen. And the puck is picked up. And shot out at center, intercepted Bowler. He'll bring it across the line with Valasevic. Bowler cutting in, trying to fish one down for Yo. Yo overskated, and here's an arrow going hard to the boards as Miller upended him. Puck came along the wall, and here is Gordonine. The pass for Vasiliev, steered it center. Whitney's got it right side, right in, shoots! And Shabbat there to make the save, and he'll hold on. We're 5 minutes into the first period, and still a 1-0 Arrow lead.
A great burst of speed by Ray Whitney. And I think we're going to be announcing Ray Whitney, Vasiliev, and Taylor a lot tonight. There's a good shot. Good look at Frederick Shabbat, how he tends the goal. Top of his crease dropping down. But that is a sniping line. You know, you talk offense, that is going to be one of the top offensive lines. And they put Miller and Gordonine seem to be playing with that unit. They're going out as a 5-man unit.
Ray Whitney, who makes... His father makes his home up in Fort Saskatchewan, and wanted me to say hello to his father because he watches every game on satellite up in Fort Saskatchewan. So hi to Floyd Whitney. And Ray right now just waiting to see if the Sharks are going to keep him or trade him. I think he feels that the Sharks should probably trade him and do the best that he can, but it's kind of tough when you're carrying a big NHL ticket.
Well, and he just wants to play in the NHL. He would love to play in San Jose, but if it's not there, he wants to play somewhere else.
Here's Rowenka at the point, scooped it down. May behind the cage. Give it to Al Conroy. It hit a leg and went back to the line. Rowenka, the drive. That was blocked. O'Brien got in there. Puck is fished out by the Grizzlies. They'll skate it to the line. Out to center ice, Rod Miller. He'll scoop the puck into the arrow end. And Rowenka going back. Darcy Rowenka battling in there with Jan Kaminsky. Good work in the corner. It is Rowenka. And it is now Busicio to give it right back to Rowenka. 6 minutes gone. First period. 1-0. Arrows lead it. And here comes Al Conroy across the line. Conroy gets it to Freer. Right in the shot, just missing to the far side. Back to the boards. Conroy put it to the corner. LaRose trying to dig it out. Guy LaRose along the boards, trying to shake off a check. Conroy gives it down. Freer centered. LaRose had it go off his stick, and it's back out at center and into Arrow territory.
And you can already see that forecheck. Good dumps by the Arrows, and that first guy is firing in there. Excellent forechecking.
Puck is back into the Grizzly end. And here is Joby Messier. Put it to the boards. Intercepted by Lamb. Takes a heavy hit in the corner. Gives it LaRose right in. LaRose with a shot, but it was a weak one that rolled off his stick, and MacArthur right there. Vasiliev moves it right wing at center. 4-on-2 come the Grizzlies, but a defensive play by Alan Leggett to knock that away, and the Grizzlies turn it around. Here come the Utah Grizzlies across the line. Taylor right in. Taylor shooting. Shabbat saving a beautiful save, and the Arrows clear it out by Moose Morissette. Terrific play in front, though, by Chris Taylor.
What a burst of speed going around Alan Leggett. Then Frederick Shabbat having to be like a wall once again.
Grizzlies have had some great opportunities, and their speed, they're exploiting it big time so far in this first period. But the Arrows lead it 1-0. Hurlbut trying to bring the puck ahead, and back is Steve Jakes. Hooked it to center. Valasevic, give it to Bowler, but rolled away by Mickey Vukota. And the Grizzlies go back. Jimmy Dowd worked it through the neutral zone. Met by Yo. Puck came to the boards. Dowd digs it out. Put it back into the Arrow end. Shabbat comes out to slow. Rolled over his stick. He'll hand it to Hurlbut. Now it is Jakes. Sends it along the boards for Valasevic. 12.5 to go in the opening period. A 1-0 Arrow lead. Yo gains the line. Dropped it back. Bowler circled back. He lost the puck. And Mick Vukota takes over. Vukota out at center. Right wing pass. Down, and here's a breakaway. Right in on goal. The shot. Score! Nick Vachon. We're tied at 1.
Nick Vachon, the old give and go at him, and he got the puck back, went in on a breakaway on Frederick Shabbat, went from his left to his right, back onto his forehand, and ended up going 5-hole, trying to get Frederick Shabbat to move. Mick Vukota makes the pass here, up to this half wall here, and then just the soft one-touch pass, and Vachon does it all on his own there, faking out the goaltender, Frederick Shabbat, and Vachon had not played in the last few games, but he showed no rest there as he ends up going 5-hole on Frederick Shabbat.
Vachon acquired by the Grizzlies in exchange for Chris Marinucci, the deal that was made between the New York Islanders and the LA Kings. And here's another 2-on-1. Levers is in center. Puck is deflected away. Puck came down to Shabbat. He had to make the save. And right now, the Grizzlies getting all kinds of outnumbered rushes, Troy.
And the Arrows got to be worried about that. You give that Grizzly team those chances, they're going to start scoring.
Here's a long shot by Townsend. MacArthur gloves it, trying to find a place to play it. He cannot, and we'll take a break. 11:42 to go in this first period, and this game is tied on a Nick Vachon goal.
Hey, Wada Guy here with a Whataburger special feature presentation. Lean and Mean, a grilled chicken extravaganza featuring tender, juicy breast meat, the kind you'll find in Whataburger's thrilling chicken fajitas, great garden fresh grilled chicken salad, and sensational grilled chicken sandwich. It's the greatest cast ever assembled. And the critics agree, Whataburger's Lean and Mean is the feel-good meal of the year. So hurry on in. Just tell them Wada Guy sent you.
Give me another Sam White smile. The temperature's dropping, and so are the prices at the all-new Sam White Nissan, Southwest Freeway at West Airport. And right now's the time to buy the affordable new Nissan you want. Choose from hundreds of new Sentras, Altimas, and Maximas in stock and ready for immediate delivery. And for a limited time only, get a $1,000 rebate on every Sam White Nissan pickup in stock. So hurry in and get yours today at Sam White Nissan, Southwest Freeway at West Airport. A smile from Sam White.
Tied at 1, 11:42 to go in the first period. We send it down to the Aeros bench. Rob Dopson. Dauber, it seems like the Aeros are getting a few too many outnumbered rushes in this first period.
Yeah, I agree, Adam. You know, one thing to look for here is that one thing Tibbs wanted to try tonight for the first period anyway is have the D stand up a little bit more. If you look here, their forwards are so speedy that we're getting caught a little flat-footed. We don't have the guys staggered. We have to kind of sit back a little bit due to the speed of their forwards and play it as a 2-on-2 more so than giving them those outbreak situations like we have already.
How tough do you think it is containing a guy like Andrei Vasiliev?
I'll tell you, get guys like speed like that. I think one thing about it, Adam, is it's the kind of a deceptive speed. You get a player like that who is exceptionally quick and you're not used to it. It's tough to, I guess it takes a while to adjust to it, but the guys will get used to him, and especially him driving to that. You just have to be aware when he's on there and just be focused.
Thank you. Townsend with a shot in the slot, and he nearly notched a goal there, which would have been his 150th of his pro career, but MacArthur made a terrific save on it. Here's Vladimir Shebaturkin, put the puck into Aero territory, and the Aeros are back. Jake's in behind the net, he'll turn the puck around. Steve Jakes carries up ice, hooked a pass out at center. Townsend gives it to Lamb, gaining the line with LaRose. Lamb hits the brakes, looks in front, center to pass. That's batted down by the defense of Brent Levers. Golf back down and heads up. It goes up over the glass and into the crowd. 9 minutes into this first period, a 1-1 game. And, you know, I got to tell you, Troy, we're talking, I was looking at the Aeros with the injuries. Dave Tippett, only once this year, once has he been able to go to his bench and have a healthy scratch per se. He has had an injury or a contracts problem or something. He's never been able but once to say, hey, you're sitting because we just have numbers.
Yeah, and that makes it tough on the coach, because the one thing about sitting a player, the threat of sitting a player at him, well, it makes players nervous, and I think sometimes it motivates players to even play a little harder.
Yeah, and he doesn't have that opportunity. He's been going with 5D for the most part. Till tonight, Alan Leggett's seen a couple of shifts, but for the most part, he's gone with 5D, and I mean, you can't rest him. You need someone to replace another guy. Now the puck came to the corner. Conroy trying to loosen it up. Here is Al May, got it back to the line, but it's poked by Basigio, and it's worked back down into the Aero end. Darcy Rowenka going back. Rowenka flipped it off the boards. It's out to center. Conroy had his stick held a little bit by Sharples, and now back to play are the Grizzlies. It was Glenn Mears, flipped it to the boards. Out to center for Dowd. He'll gain the line with Vachon, and he's got Sharples in front, but it was batted away by Basigio, and Al May will shoot it down the ice. No icing, they say the Grizzlies could have played it. 10:19 to go in the first period, a 1-1 game, and here come the Grizzlies. A puck to the boards, out at center. Here comes Vasiliev. He'll wind it up ice. Vasiliev hits the line. Vasiliev cutting to his left. Nice move, but it's worked away, and the Aeros come to center. Mike Yo put the puck ahead. That was intercepted by Whitney, but Hurlbut kicked it down. Here come the Aeros. Buller, right side, centered, but it hit Sharples in the skate. Buller again trying to center when it was knifed away. Balasevic put it to the boards, trying to work it through our referee, Mike Hasenfratz. Yo gathered in the puck, went without it though, and the Grizzlies turn it around. Vasiliev out to center. The pass though right to Balasevic, and here come the Aeros. A puck that goes in to the Grizzly zone. 9:40 to go in the first period. Still a 1-1 game, and the Aeros trying to get the puck in deep, but now the Grizzlies come around with it. Vasiliev, the pass, Whitney right in, shoots, and Shabbat got a blocker on it. Balasevic The pass went right into the skates of Messier. It's to center. Yo trying to flip it back, and the Grizzlies regroup.
And it seems the Aeros only have success at him when they get the puck deep, and they do get that forecheck.
Well, here's Mark Lamb, who got a stick into Andrei Vasiliev, tripped him up a little bit. And the Utah Grizzlies will go on the power play.
Mark Lamb just being a little over aggressive, getting his stick in Vasiliev. Vasiliev's going to go up for a little spill here. As Mark Lamb got his stick wedged in there, gave it a little twist. You know, Vasiliev being so strong on his skates, as soon as Mark Lamb got in there, he had to give a pretty good reef to turn Vasiliev around, and he's going to go in the box for 2 minutes. And Dave Tippett, when you talk to him about his penalty killing unit, tonight the Aeros are going to try to be a lot more aggressive. They want to force the Grizzlies all over the ice, force them to make mistakes on their power play.
Grizzlies power play at 14.7% against an 83.5% success rate that the Aeros enjoy. And off the face-off, Basilio got it back into the Grizzlies zone, and Sharple starts back, giving it to Kaminsky. Trying to roll it past Basilio, cannot do it. Basilio took him to the boards. Dug out by Sean O'Brien, but it's intercepted by the Aeros. Mark Freer put it out at center. Here comes Al Conroy, gaining the line. Conroy moving in, shooting, and MacArthur got a piece of it. Went to the boards. Levers in his own end. Takes a bump from Conroy, and Joby Messier goes back. Minute and a half remaining in the penalty to Mark Lamb. And the Grizzlies start out. Messier cranked it into the arrowhead. It's dug out Kaminsky. Trying to roll through the boards. It's fished out by Belmont. Back to the line. Messier hooked it down. And the Aeros, Basilio trying to get there. He's tied up by Kaminsky. Bill Bowler is there. Can he sweep it out of the zone? No, it's held in. Here's Sharple, centered. The shot by Levers right on. And a terrific save made by Shabbat. The puck is cleared.
What a tough save. Freddie Shabbat going from his left to his right in the one-timer shot, but he was there. Once again, as Butch Goring says, he gets in a position to make the save.
Now the Grizzlies come right back again. Here's another shot. That's deflected out of play as Sylvain No let it go. But it's out of play. 8:11 to go in the first period. We're tied at 1, 54 seconds left in the Mark Lamb penalty.
Sylvain No, who is one of the players that Butch Goring had to call up from New Mexico trying to score on Frederick Shabbat. But Frederick Shabbat was up to the task, and puck goes out of the building. But no, he's, you know, I don't know where Butch Goring has the contact, but he's getting all these players from New Mexico, the WPHL. You know, that knows the top scorer down there. He seems to have a little pipeline.
Puck is shot back down the ice. 50 seconds remaining in the Grizzly power play. Gord Dineen in behind his net, flushed out by LaRose. Puck came to the boards. Whitney was there, and it's taken back by Gord Dineen. Send it over to Chris Taylor. 34 remaining in the power play. It's a 1-1 hockey game, and here come the Grizzlies. Sylvain No had his pocket picked by LaRose. A nice defensive play there, and it's back down the ice.
Good hustle by Guy LaRose to get back, lift up his stick, get the puck all the way down the ice.
Here comes team captain Gord Dineen, who has 2 goals in his last 3 games, and it's the only 2 goals he's scored all year. He's on fire. He also leads the team in assists with 21. Sets up on the power play. Hooked it down to the boards. Jakes rolled it away. It came along the wall, but Sylvain No dug it out center, and the shot redirected right on. And Shabbat will cover up with 2 seconds remaining on the power play for the Utah Grizzlies.
Freddie Shabbat has had to be sharp once again tonight, and get a good look at his jersey there. That is a brand new jersey. Frederick Shabbat wanted a little bigger jersey, so Sudsy, the athletic trainer, ordered him a bigger one, size 58. That is huge for a goalie.
And, you know, I wanted to pass along this stat that I think is very interesting for Dave Tippett. What a job this guy has done. You know, in the Aeros' first year, it took 54 games to reach the 52-point mark. Last year, it took 62 games. It only took 47 games to reach the 52-point mark. And as amazing as that is, it obviously, the last few weeks have not sat well with Dave Tippett.
Well, he has not been happy with the play of the Aeros at all.
Mark Lamb back out of the box. And we remain in a 1-1 tie. Puck to the line, Messier put it down. Here's a chance in front, rolled away, and the Aeros come out to center with it. A lead pass just missing Conroy. They're going to call it icing as Messier goes back to touch, and icing is the call. 6:57 to go in the first period. We're tied at 1 from the Delta Center.
Big 12 basketball. Saturdays only on KNWS TV 51.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Yeah, a couple quick questions. Oh, sure. Why did you choose Columbian? What? The fact that they have more locations than any other healthcare provider in the country?
Well, no.
The fact that they're tracking patient outcomes to improve care. Come on, that at least played a part? Did you see their site on the internet?
Actually, I'm an electrician. I'm here for some wiring work.
Oh, that's a good reason, too.
Get an early start on your Mardi Gras celebrating. You don't have to go all the way to New Orleans. Come to the Summit. Friday, January 31st, the Rice Marching Owl Band will be on hand along with the Blues Brothers for your entertainment. Come early. First 6,500 fans receive cool, cheap sunglasses. That's Friday, January 31st at 7 o'clock as the Aeros take on the San Antonio Dragons.
We could have used those sunglasses today. Beautiful day in Salt Lake City.
You don't get any.
I might be able to snag one pair.
Yeah, if I know you, you'll be all over it, Troy.
Maybe a six-pack.
Yeah, Cody and Garrett, I'm sure back home just, Dad, I want a pair of sunglasses. Got your hands full.
Puck is in the arrow end, and here is LaRose. Flip the puck ahead. We're tied at 1, 6:34 to go in this first period. And Messier going back to play. Messier put it to the wall. Vukota steered to center. And here come the Utah Grizzlies. Vachon, the pass. Rink wide for down. Across the line. Pulls up. Look for the man to pass to. And he dumped the puck in. And the Grizzlies make a change. And Alan Leggett will take over. If you're just joining us, he just joined the Aeros today. Put the puck in. And Rod Miller goes back. Alan Leggett, who was just called up today, and he's a guy, I don't think he's planning on playing, but maybe a couple of games and try and help things out a little bit and try and settle things down defensively and give guys an extra skater back there.
Well, Alan Leggett, a big, strong defenseman, went to school at Bowling Green. A lot of people don't realize, so he went to school 4 years, Bowling Green, 4-point grade average in biology. And we're talking intelligent person here. A great guy. I had an opportunity to play with him 13 years ago in Hobbema in Alberta. We were laughing today a little bit about it, some of the old stories. And the first time I met him, he had hair down to his shoulders and he had an Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Biology major.
Yeah, I like his line though. He says, I don't do that anymore. I do.
Here's Freer across the line, pulling up. Freer trying to make his move. It came down. Freer trying to stuff it in. Behind the cage, waiting. Freer trying to find a man to pass to. Some nice stick handling is finally rolled away by Sean O'Brien. Tied in the team lead with goals with 17. Puck put to the boards. And the Grizzlies romp out with it. Here comes Kaminsky gaining the arrow line, but it was popped away by Hurlbut, and it's out at center. Back are the Grizzlies. O'Brien put it out at center. Hurlbut is there. He'll shovel it into the Utah zone. Miller is back. Fired off the boards. It's to center ice. And Houston is back. Almay. Give it to Bill Bowler. Across the line. Bowler pulling up. Looks in front. Centered it. Here's the shot. Stopped by MacArthur. And it's rolled away. And the Aeros have to go back as Ray Whitney charges up ice. Hits the line. Whitney flying in. He centered. Here's the shot. Stopped by Shabbat. The rebound. And Freddie Shabbat had to be alert and cover up that rebound. Wow. Some great action in front. And it all starts from Ray Whitney as he poured down that left wing.
And after he poured down that left wing, he made an unbelievable pass to Joby Messier in the slot. Frederick Shabbat had to be very, very sharp. Watch this aerial pass. He stops, he checks up, and he floats a pass right on the stick of Messier. Messier trying to go 5-0. Must have been watching Vachon score on Frederick Shabbat. But a great save. But the pass makes it happen. Not too many players can make this pass. Messier driving hard to the net is just not rewarded.
And you know the funny thing is about Ray Whitney, Troy? Everybody told him from juniors to tier 2 to junior B that he couldn't play because of his size.
You know, and people told Cliff Ronning that. I don't know why people say that, because as long as they have a big heart, who cares?
Well, and the Aeros boast that themselves with Al Conroy. Here is Taylor trying to cut in. That's centered. It hit a skate, and Houston starts back. A pass by Yo, intercepted by Whitney. And the Grizzlies turn the puck around. Gord Dineen shoveled it back into Aero territory, and Basicio is there. Basicio hoisted it high in the air. It'll bounce at center, and Dineen takes it at his own blue line. The cross-ice pass rolled over to Vladimir Shabaturkin. Aeros intercept the puck. They'll turn it around. Bowler across the line. Pass fished out by Yo. Hits the brakes. Cuts it down for Valasevic behind the Grizzly net. Hit to the boards by Deneen. Skate the skate along the wall. Bowler trying to shake off the check. Bill Bowler pumped it back to the boards, and Whitney takes it back, and he's got some room. And Taylor getting into it behind the play with Mike Yo. Here comes Kaminsky across the line. He'll shoot it in, and the Grizzlies make a change. Kaminsky behind the net. Taken to the wall by Waroinka. Heavy hit along the boards. Kaminsky still with it. Here's Brent Levers. He's hit by Mark Blam. Levers doing a good job in the corner. And it's kicked along the wall. Levers trying to center one. It came back. Mears, the drive. Deflected away, and a penalty coming up to the Aeros. We'll sort it out upon our return. 3:49 left to go in the first. 1-1.
Introducing the Fiesta brand. With more than 400 quality items to choose from and prices like these, you'll want to stock up.
3 rolls of Fiesta Mart paper towels for $1. 2 loaves of Fiesta Mart white sandwich bread for $1. Farm tender beef chuck steak, $1.29 a pound. Regular diet and caffeine-free Coke, Sprite, and Mr. Pibb, the 12-pack, $1.99.
Fiesta bread, Fiesta juice, Fiesta corn, Fiesta cookies, Fiesta soft drinks, Fiesta popcorn, Fiesta cookies.
At Plymouth, we don't mean to brag, but Plymouth Voyagers received a lot of awards lately. And during the Plymouth Awards sale, you can get Plymouth Voyager plus air and 7-passenger seating at no extra charge, all for this low price. Or check out the award-winning Plymouth Breeze for this low price. And the always popular Plymouth Neon Espresso comes with this great price. Come see what all the noise is about during the Plymouth Awards sale. Only at your Plymouth dealer.
Tied at 1, and the Grizzlies going on the power play. Darcy Waroinka in the box. And the Aeros will look to kill it off. And Mike Hurlbut played some terrific hockey, and we want to wish his son, Jacob Hurlbut, a happy 4th birthday. He said to me before the game, Mike did, he says, Adam, love my son very much. Would you please tell him I miss him and want to wish him a happy 4th? And we just did.
He said, make sure you do it early because he goes to bed.
Off the face-off, Grizzlies have it. Here's Taylor starting the power play. Deneen winding, shooting, and that blasted wide. Whitney gathered in the puck. Get it back to Taylor. Scooped it down. Here's Whitney cutting in. A pass down for Jimmy Dowd. Down the circle. Worked it back. Taylor gives it right back to Dowd. Good work in front between Vukota as he's working Mike Hurlbut in the slot. Puck came down. Whitney behind the cage. Waiting. Right behind the net, he centered it to the line. Here's Taylor, cuts it down. Minute 18 on the power play. Taylor, right back for Jim Dowd. The puck bouncing a bit, couldn't get a shot away. Gives to Whitney, walks in, centered, blocked by Hurlbut. Whitney gathers in the puck behind the net, sets up in the circle. Back to the line, Deneen, quick pass. Taylor from the left point, give it to Deneen, winding, faking the pass in front, centered, it hit a leg. Loose puck, they bang away at it. It came back to the line. Taylor at the left point, sets up with 54 on the power play. Deneen, right point, winding, shooting, blasted wide. Puck came to the boards. Taylor's got it. Long shot, intercepted by LaRose, and here he comes short-handed, a man to beat Deneen, and he is laboring up ice. LaRose pulling up, centered, Basilio in, centered this shot. What a save by MacArthur! Oh, wow! And the puck is picked up. Basilio shoots, and MacArthur with the save! 2 outstanding saves by Mark MacArthur, and he keeps this game tied at 1.
Wow, that's all you can say. This is an unbelievable save. Guy LaRose makes the nice play to Basilio. He gets it back, and he dives back to the side of the net. That is unbelievable quickness by MacArthur. The puck comes back out for another shot, but it's his diving shot to the side. Wow, then had the presence to keep his glove down. Excellent pass by Basilio to give it back to Guy LaRose, who just could not find the net as MacArthur sprawling back to the side, getting his big glove back there.
Face off to the right of Mark MacArthur. I shall return, and he's returned with a solid effort thus far tonight.
Well, he's returned with 3 straight wins, 4 straight wins.
4 straight wins for the kid. Out of nearby Peterborough, Ontario. Let me rephrase that. from a town nearby Peterborough, Ontario. Let me try that. Troy, boy, if you saw the look Troy just gave me. Here's Messier, hooked it down, and it's rolled away by Basigio. Peterborough's line. 2,500 miles away as the penalty is over. Wawenka back out on the ice. And the Aeros start up 3-on-2. Here comes Mark Freer. Across the line with 1:40 to go in the period. Puck along the boards.
Keep going, keep going.
And it's up and out at center ice. Sharples couldn't get there, and Jake steered it ahead. Here comes Freer, pouring down the right wing. Looks in front, gives it to Jakes. The drive, right on, fadeaway, score! Rob Valasevic on a rebound from a Steve Jakes drive, and the Aeros take a 2-1 lead with 1:25 to go in the first.
Great job by Rob Valasevic in front of the net to fight off the check. A long shot from Steve Jakes. MacArthur gives out the rebound. He had to make a right pad save. And then Valasevic was there battling in front. The long shot from Jakes, and then the battle in front. And, well, you can just say that Rob Valasevic just out-battled Jeff Sharples to put it in the empty net after the original rebound.
4th of the year for Valasevic, and like you said, just outworked Jeff Sharples, and Valasevic at 18:35 getting his 4th of the year. And off the draw, the puck is back in the Aero end. Yo scampers it out at center ice, knocked down by Rod Miller. Retreating to his own blue line, push the puck back. Hurlbut scoots it back into the Utah zone, and Gordy Denis goes back to play. Denis setting up behind his net to bust out with it, and he'll skate up ice with 1 minute remaining in the first period. Puck is out at center, rolled away by Hurlbut, but it went deep into Aero territory. Jakes will control. Here comes Steve Jakes, who will get an assist on that, but a bad pass by Jakes, intercepted by Whitney. Whitney gives to Taylor, right back. Whitney shooting, it hit a leg in front. Whitney trying to get by Bowler. That's going to be a fun matchup watching Bowler defensively on Whitney. You've got two pretty good stick handlers, good skaters on one another. Bowler back to center ice for the Aeros. Forecheck by Ray Whitney. Boy, Ray giving it to him a little bit with a lumber. Here comes Basigio. He'll steer it out at center ice. It's jumped on by Wawenka, fired it into the Grizzlies zone with 22 seconds left. Now the puck rolled down. Rod Miller. And it's put along the boards and back down the ice. 8 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Mark Freer. Centering pass, Conroy moving in, backhander, stopped by MacArthur. And that is the end of the first period. Troy, what a period for the Aeros.
You know, it was an indifferent period. They played well at times when they got the puck deep and they had the forecheck. But then the Grizzlies, with, you know, all that speed up front, had some very good scoring chances.
All right, thank you very much, Troy. And let's take a look at our high-low scoring summary brought to you by High-Low Auto Supply. Mark Lamb, his 12th of the year at 4:30, a power play goal from Dave Basigio and Darcy Wawenka. Aeros had a 1-0 lead, but that would be short-lived because the Grizzlies would come back at 7:44. Nick Vachon on a breakaway. Vukota and Dowd the assists, and we are tied at 1, but the Aeros come back once again. Rob Valasevic, his 4th of the year at 18:35. Mark Freer and Steve Jakes getting the assists, and the Aeros with a 2-1 lead. When we return, we'll have a news update, and then we will visit with Al May. We'll be back. A 2-1 Aero lead after 20 minutes of play from the Delta Center. And one of the key guys for the Aeros from a defensive standpoint has been Al May. He has played terrific hockey at both ends of the ice. He's counted on in big times in the game, and he is standing by with Troy Gamble. Troy?
Thanks a lot, Adam. And we are now joined by Al May, who's playing again very well. And now this period, the first period, seemed very indifferent. It seemed at times the Aeros played well, at times they didn't.
Well, we're playing probably the best skating team in the league, and if we don't execute exactly how we're supposed to, we're going to be on the short end of the stick. But we've been battling in the one-on-one situations. But if we gamble, we're in trouble. And you know, they're just great skaters. Every forward on their team pretty much is a NHL skater.
And how do the Aeros neutralize that speed coming at them, especially the defense?
Well, the biggest thing is you just have to position yourself and tighten the gap between the forwards and the defense. And if you can tighten the gap and keep in your position, you know, if you execute the system, you shouldn't have any problems. Whoever you play, as long as everybody's on the same page. But one guy has a breakdown, it hurts the team.
And you are playing tonight. The Grizzlies. You were playing last year. You won the Turner Cup. You must have a lot of fond memories from playing here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, actually, you know, I played a lot of years in the NHL, but I think last year was the most fun I ever had because we won. But I was talking to Butch Goring, their coach, the other day, and the greatest experience was the players, the guys that I got to play with. They were a great group of guys, and that's what made our team special. And he told me that he'll probably never coach a group of guys that were that tight and got along so well. And it really, our team's starting to come around like that, I hope, and we get closer and closer, and hopefully we can create that same atmosphere and go on to win a Turner Cup this year.
And do you feel that is coming? Do you feel this Aero team is getting closer?
You know, we've got a few problems to iron out. We're getting to know each other a lot better. We've got a great coach who sets a great example for us, and we've got pretty good guys, and we just got to we're getting closer, and we're starting to, you know, support each other a lot more day by day. And if we can continue to support each other, it's tough being an independent team and winning in this league because the affiliate teams get a lot more talent and size. But if you just get the right group of guys, and we haven't made a lot of changes, and I don't think we really need to, as long as we can stay cohesive.
And Ali, you're the only Aero to play in every game, and I know that you have a great work ethic, but it has to come from the summertime. You must do a great workout and working hard in the summer.
Yeah, I've always believed that if I was out on the golf course playing golf every day, I would never have played pro hockey at any level. And I've always been kind of a fitness freak, and my wife's a nutritionist. And so we eat well, we get enough rest, and we try to work hard. But I feel very old right now playing in every game. I wish sometimes you could take a game or two off, but I'd like to play every game this year.
And when you talk about your diet and that, I understand you're on the zone diet. Can you explain a little bit about the zone?
Well, it's just a thing about energy levels, a diet about energy levels, and it really is no big deal. Whatever we eat, we just try to stay healthy and not abuse ourselves.
Thanks a lot, Al.
Thanks, Troy.
Let's send it back up to Adam Gordon for some more.
Thanks, gentlemen. The Aeros with a 2-1 lead, and when we return, we'll look at the highlights. Aeros with a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. Welcome back to the Delta Center. Adam Gordon, Troy Gamble, and Aeros with 2 first-period goals, and a couple of things that we were concerned about. Returning the offense to this lineup and doing better in the first period, and it seems like they did both those things.
Well, the forwards did a very good job in front of Mark MacArthur, causing havoc, and when you get 2 forwards scoring goals, I'm sure Dave Tippett was very pleased with that.
The Aeros would get on the board first in this hockey game, and it would be Mark Lamb picking up a loose puck.
Well, it was in front of the net. Mark Lamb was in front, a lot of traffic, caused a deflection. But watch this give and go. Mick Vukota gives it to Dow. He one-touches it to Vachon. What a pass to Vachon. Vachon then does all the rest on his own, going backhand, forehand, 5-hole on Freddie Shabbat. Excellent play by Vachon and Dow. But the Aeros had an answer. The Aeros had an answer, and that answer was Dave Basiggio, long shot, but Rob Balasevic just outworking Jeff Sharples, putting it past a sprawled Mark MacArthur. Excellent play by Balasevic in front of the net. But then there was some saves MacArthur made, and this is a great play by 2 Aero players. A give and go, LaRose to Basiggio. Seems like we've talked about Basiggio all night. Gives it back to LaRose, and a diving, sprawling save by MacArthur. Excellent presence of mind for him to dive back.
All right, the Aeros with a 2-1 lead after 1 period of play. When we return, second period action. The Aeros with a 2-1 lead. We are ready to start the second period of action. Let's take a look at tonight's Aeros logbook, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Shots on goal, 10 apiece. 9 saves for Freddie Shabbat, 8 for Mark MacArthur. Aeros 1-1 on the power play. Grizzlies 0 for 2. And the Aeros 2 penalties for 4 minutes. And the Utah Grizzlies 1 penalty for 2 minutes. Ready to start with Al Conroy, Mark Freer, Al May, Dave Basiggio, Darcy Rowanka defensively, and Mark Freer getting ready with Dave Tippett looking on for the Grizzlies. Jim Dowd, Nick Vachon, Mick Vukota, Rod Miller, and Gord Dineen. Off the face-off, Grizzlies start it, and it's Vachon. Sends it back into his own end. Miller put it to the boards. And Jim Dowd trying to work it ahead. Puck in skates. Conroy trying to fish it out. There's Vachon. He advanced, but it was knocked away. And Mark Freer sends it back to Basiggio. Dave Basiggio, left wing at center. The cross-ice pass for May. Quickly put it into the Utah zone. MacArthur comes out to slow. Dineen will go back to play. Gordy Dineen will set up as the Aeros into forecheck. They've got Mark Freer, the lone guy in right now, as the 2 wingers lay back. Deneen, the pass, out at center for a breaking down. Vukota cutting to the net. Here's a pass in skates. It's centered. It hit another leg. And Conroy turned it around. Here come the Aeros out at center. Mark Freer put the puck into the Utah end. Out of the net. It was MacArthur. And Jim Dowd turns it around. A minute gone in the second period. A 2-1 Aero lead. And Jim Dowd rolled it into Aero territory. And Shabbat slows. Put it to the wall. It'll go out to center. And LaRose lets it slide on back into the Utah end. Puck is out at center ice. And that's broken up by Graham Townsend across the line. Dropped it, Lamb, right in on goal, but it was rolled away. Sharples, but it's centered again. And this time, Kaminsky skates up and out with it. Hands it over to Jeff Sharples. Pass, center ice. Here's a headman pass. Levers right in. Poked by Shabbat. And it's put to the boards and out at center. It'll go the length of the ice. LaRose in after it. That'll negate the icing. LaRose trying to center it, and they're going to call it dead on a two-line pass. Let's send it down to the Aeros bench, and Rob Dopson and Dauber, an update from the locker room, please.
Well, actually, Tibbs was pretty happy at him. One thing that was kind of put on for the first period there, we wanted to make sure we got the puck and got it to the net. You know, the last couple of games, we've been trying to get a little too fancy and not utilizing our defense and kind of getting, as Tibbs calls, width and depth. We wanted to spread Utah out. We did a very good job that period, got things to the net, got some good tip-in goals. So things are kind of going our way a little bit more than they had in the past, and we're starting to do the little things right again.
All right, Dauber, real quickly, Frederick Shabbat, a great save.
Pardon me?
I was going to ask you to comment on the save from Frederick Shabbat.
Freddie's just, you know, again, he's on top of his game. He's going to make them all night long. I guess, you know what? I think you just get tired of commenting on them all the time.
You're right. It's like every game you got.
Every game, it's something new with Freddie, and it's just a pretty thing to watch.
Thanks very much. We've got a whistle and an icing call, and also a penalty coming up as Al May got his stick into, I believe that might be Rod Miller, or is that Shebaturkin? No, it is Miller. And he's very slow to get up, and I think May is the one that's going to go off.
Well, it was an icing, and now May just got his stick, and what ended up happening is Miller goes hard into the boards. Al May was very sorry about it. He grabbed him right away, tried to help him up, but he went hard into the boards. Miller, who's been playing very well with Gord Deneen as his partner, it's a long ice, and Al May's just trying to get down there, get some hustle down there, trying to touch the puck. Whacks the edge of the blade. You can watch Al May's stick here as his stick hits the blade of Miller. And once that happens, Miller goes hard into the boards.
Now I'm really confused. No one's gone to the penalty box. There we go. Now it's opened up. Are they going to send May? Mike Hasenfratz, the referee, he had his hand up, and Al May was getting ready to take the face-off. There we go. Now he's heading to the box.
Well, the teams were lining up, five aside. That's the longest delayed skate to penalty box I've ever seen.
Wanted to just take his regular, didn't want to miss his regular shift. So May in the box, 2 for tripping in a minute 48 of the second period. Aeros lead 2-1, but now the Grizzlies go on their third power play of the night. Dave Tippett just looking on right now. I don't know if he's just concerned about that penalty. It would look like a good call, even though May didn't intend to trip him up.
Yeah, but he knocked his skate. As soon as that happens, the referee has to make that call.
Yeah. Off the draw, Aeros can't clear. Back to the line, Chris Taylor scooped it down along the boards for Jim Dowd. Sends it for Ray Whitney. Whitney centered, here's Deneen, the backhander. Oh, that went just wide of the net. Vukota in the corner, slipped it down for Dowd. Rolled it over to Whitney. Hash marks, left side, sets up on the man advantage. Whitney, top of the left circle, gets it back down. Whitney had it back at the point, sets up, looks in front. He's got Vukota in front of centering pass. It hit Belmont, the skate, the Aeros clear it out at center.
Ray Whitney trying to get it in on Frederick Shabbat as he had Mick Vukota, all 6'4", 230 of them, trying to screen Frederick Shabbat.
1:20 remaining in the power play. Puck goes into the Aero end. That's smashed along the boards and right back down the ice it'll go.
Excellent job by Steve Jakes to get it high on the glass, and the partition made it go back in the middle of the ice all the way down.
Joby Messier has the puck in his own end. A cross ice pass out for Taylor. He'll wind it up through the neutral zone as he gains the line. Taylor trying to move in, but Hurlbutt stayed with him. Here's the puck along the boards. Whitney hit by Jakes. Puck came down. O'Brien sends. Here's the shot, and there was a save made by Shabbat. We've got a whistle, and for the life of me, Troy Gamble, I don't know what for.
Well, I think he thought Frederick Shabbat had it in his side, his pads, but as Frederick Shabbat dropped down low, the puck went high in the air. Hasenfratz just blew it down. And once the referee loses sight of the puck, a lot of times they'll blow it down. He thought Freddie Shabbat had it, but it went up in the air. So Hasenfratz decides to blow the whistle. Excellent save though by Freddie Shabbat, as this is in that danger area. The player was walking in. Good shot, Joby Messier, Freddie Shabbat going down low once again. Another thing, he had 2 Aeros defense in front of Freddie Shabbat, clearing a path so that he could see the shot.
48 seconds left in the power play for the Utah Grizzlies. Puck is controlled by the Grizzlies along the boards. Kaminsky slipped it back. Long shot by Miller, deflected away. In there was O'Brien, put it to the wall. Kaminsky got it back. Line for Miller, intercepted and lands off to the races. Short-handed. Lamb in on goal. Dropped it back. LaRose shooting. Saving was MacArthur. A terrific save by MacArthur. O'Brien the other way. O'Brien sets up. He winds. He shoots. Oh, it was deflected by Hurlbut and steered wide. Back to the line. Sharples. The drive. Cranked wide of the net. Wide open action here. A nifty play by Lamb to LaRose, but an outstanding save by Mark MacArthur. Penalty time winding down. May coming out of the box, and here come the Utah Grizzlies as we're back at even strength. A lead pass, missed Vasiliev. It's icing if the Aeros can get there. Basijo on his horse, but no, it was rolled away by Vasiliev, and the Aeros have to regroup. Al Conroy moved it up the left wing at center, trying to hit the brakes. He lost an edge, but got back up on it and retreated to his own blue line. Conroy had it poked away by Vasiliev. Vasiliev moving in to Vachon, dropped it for Vasiliev, centered, but that was broken up by Al May. May starts back across the line with Freer. Freer trailing the play, gathers in the puck. He's got Rowenka cutting to the net, won't go to him though. Put it to the boards for May. He's tied up by Gord Dineen. Basijo fell as he tried to center it, and the Grizzlies turned it clear, but Freer held it in at the point. Long shot, glove by MacArthur. He'll hold on. 4.5 into the second period, and the Aeros lead 2-1.
Check. Window heat. On. Take off warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radio's radar and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and now Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
There's a lot more to our Ford Taurus than just a sleek new design. Beneath the bold styling is a steel safety cell that helps give Taurus the highest rating in an independent crash test. The standard V6 engine delivers great passing power. There's also a new suspension for a smooth ride.
And now there are 2 ways to save on Taurus. You can get financing as low as 1.9% or $1,000 cash back.
Check out all the innovations in the Ford Taurus, only at your Texas Ford dealer.
You talk about hustle. Mark Lamb jumping on a loose puck, then skating by Joby Messier. This is just a plain old foot race. Joby Messier does a great job catching up, but Mark Lamb, the presence of mind, sends it back to Guy LaRose, who goes around Sharples, but he cannot go around MacArthur, who was down low again. But this is just a great play by Mark Lamb. Then Guy LaRose goes around Sharples. Look at that save. Just nowhere for Guy LaRose to shoot. Mark MacArthur making a beautiful save.
Puck is out at center ice, gathered in by Ray Whitney. A man to beat Hurlbut. Whitney hits the brakes, drop it. Dineen trying to cut in. That's knifed away by Bowler. Puck to the boards. Shuffle it down to Chris Taylor. He centered a pass. Hurlbut was there. He tried to clear. Whitney golfed it along the boards. It came to the circle. Oh, it was in skates. Bowler had fallen on it. Here's Chris Taylor trying to move it around the wall. He's watched by Jakes. It gives to Whitney. The shot blocked in front by Hurlbut. And Aeros start out with it, and it's cleared to center ice. Sheba Turkin at his own blue line. The pass ahead for Whitney. Right in on goal, dropped it back. Taylor is in. He shoots. Shabbat with the save, rebound, score! I'll tell you what, Troy, I'm not so sure I didn't hear a whistle before that puck went in.
I thought I heard a whistle. The puck was delayed going into the net as Taylor, with a huge burst of speed. We've been talking all night about the Grizzlies' speed. Well, Taylor with a burst of speed going in on Freddie Shabbat. Freddie Shabbat going down low, gonna throw out the poke check. He's in great position here, but Taylor skates in, and a great initial save off off Taylor, but the puck just trickles back into the net. From a reverse angle, you can see Bill Bowler hacks Taylor. He shoots it, and the puck is just rolling, and ended up rolling in past the sprawled Frederick Shabbat as he had no idea where the puck was.
I'm going to tell you what, the replay we saw a moment ago before that last one, you could see they had a Mike Hasenfratz who was going to call the penalty on Bowler, but he blew the whistle before the puck crossed the line. Here's a shot by Lamb. It was the wrong call, and now we've got another whistle. And we've got an interference minor. But I'm going to tell you what, as sure as I'm sitting here, Troy, there was a whistle before that puck went in.
Well, I thought I heard a whistle. You know, I thought I heard a whistle up here. But obviously, he thought he did not blow it in time. Dave Tippett hoping now his power play can go out to work. And here's another look at it. As the puck is slow to go over, you can look at the official. The arm is up. He's going to blow his whistle. That is a close call. And then instead of blowing his whistle for the penalty, he brings down that right arm and points in the net. Frederick Shabbat going, geez, that is not a good break for myself and his teammates.
But the Aeros are going to get a break as Joby Messier sits in the box, and the Aeros will get their second power play of the night. They are 1 of 1 on the man advantage. Messier for interference, and the face-off to the right side of Mark MacArthur, and Frederick Shabbat. Well, not a lot of break there for him.
Oh, no, it wasn't a good break, and the one thing he's seeing though tonight is speed. He is seeing a lot of speed come at him tonight.
Yeah, Rob Dopson alluded to that earlier about the speed with Whitney and Andre Vasilyev, and they were all over it there. Puck goes down into the Aero end.
And when we also got to talk is that in order for the forwards to use that speed, the D have to make tape-to-tape passes. The Grizzlies D make very good passes. That's why they have that speed.
Here's Mark Lamb across the Grizzly blue line. He'll shoot the puck in. MacArthur slowing. Gordon Dineen gathers in the puck, put it to the boards. It's scooped by Rowanka, and here's Jim Dowd, short-handed, 2-on-1, down in center. The shot hammered just wide by O'Brien. A great 2-on-1 chance, and O'Brien just hooked it wide. Townsend across the line. He had it rolled away by Jim Dowd, and it's down the ice. Puck is controlled by Basigio. Gives it to Conroy, and that is an offsides play. As the Aeros were changing, and they had a man trapped inside the zone. That is offsides. They'll bring a face-off to center. 1:12 left to Messier's penalty, and 13:41 to go in the second period. It's a 2-2 hockey game.
Good look at Dave Basigio, who already has 2 assists tonight. You know, he has 26 points on the year. I guess now he has 28. He's the anchor of that defense. When he's playing well, the Aeros seem to have a lot of success, and Frederick Shabbat has had to be sharp. He's going to have to make a very good save here on a 2-on-1. O'Brien is going to get the soft one-timer. Frederick Shabbat going down low, kicking out that right leg, denying O'Brien, who former Aero, and has he been any good for that Grizzly hockey team?
I don't know, has he?
17 goals, leading his team. He's a rookie.
Yeah, the Aeros just, I don't know if you can say they gave up on him or didn't foresee that as the puck goes out of play. I don't know if the Aeros, I mean, in all fairness to the Aeros, I don't know if that's something you would see, but obviously he has played left wing for Butch Goring and played it very well. And you know, he's normally a defenseman, and that's where the Aeros had used him, but Butch Goring put him on the left wing, and he has responded, as you mentioned, with the 17 goals. And I think he's opened up a lot of eyes. A lot of people didn't expect that out of him.
Well, he's opened up a lot of scouts' eyes, too. There's actually a little talk that he might even be able to get an NHL deal at the end of this year if he keeps continuing his development.
Here's Gordon Dineen, who smashed it down the ice, and it's 56 seconds left in the Aero power play, and Hurlbut goes back to play. Mike Hurlbut moves it up ice with Alan Leggett, Bill Bowler, Mark Freer, Al Conroy. Puck is out at center. Conroy fishing for it through skates of Nick Vachon. It's brought in across the line. Bowler trying to give it to Freer. He moves in as Hurlbut's moving down. Here's Freer to Hurlbut, and it was a bouncing puck. Freer got it on an edge, and Hurlbut fanned on the shot. The puck goes down the ice. Shabbat coming out of his net, trying to work it away. Kaminsky hemmed in. Shabbat had it in his skates, and this is an ugly, ugly situation. The Aeros getting caught in a shot and score! Freddie Shabbat got tied up with his own man, and it's Jim Dowd who makes the Aeros play and pay, and it's a 3-2 Grizzly lead, a shorthanded goal.
A tough break for Frederick. The puck was against the boards. He was being forechecked by Kaminsky. He could not get the puck off the boards with his bulky gloves and stick, and then after that it just turned into a cluster of a play. Jim Dow scoring his 9th of the season, jumping on the loose puck and just putting it up over the right shoulder of Freddie Shabbat. The puck is against the boards. It's a tough play for a defenseman. It's even tougher for a goaltender. Now Bill Bowler's trying to get it away from his feet. Jim Dow picks it up. Freddie Shabbat with no stick. Jim Dow just takes that quick shot, realizing that Freddie Shabbat had no stick, and he took advantage of it.
So the Aeros, who have not trailed in this game, now trail for the first time, and there's still 21 seconds left of the Joby Messier penalty. That's about the first time in quite a while I can think Freddie Shabbat not helping his case.
Well, he just tried to do a little too much. Kaminsky started it by working hard to get down there. Freddie Shabbat had to go out to play it. He just could not get the puck off the boards.
For a comment on that last play, let's send it down to Rob Dopson.
You know, Freddie's been trying to work on puck behind the net, and I know that's a tough situation. You know, you're not used to having anybody on you when you get to play, and when you get the puck down low like that, it's awful tough to handle. Freddie got a little bit tied up and wasn't able to recover, but it's an unfortunate play. But one thing to watch is how strong Freddie is mentally. He'll come back stronger than ever because of that mistake.
Thanks, Dauber. Puck is picked up by Darcy Marwanka, and he'll shoot the puck in. Puck is along the boards, and a couple seconds remaining in the power play. And the power play is over, and teams are at 5 aside. Here is a puck that came to Marwanka at the point, cutting in. Mike Yo along the boards with 12:20 to go in the period, and Lamb on top of the puck, and that'll draw a whistle, and that'll draw a break in the action. 12:15 to go, and Jim Dowd of the Grizzlies have given Utah a 3-2 lead.
See your Texas Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Ain't nothing like a family reunion, right, Pepper? Yes, sir. Handsome family.
Now get 8 big pieces of juicy marinated chicken for just $4.99. Or if you want something different, try our new crispy fish platter for just $2.99. Only at Church's.
Child, I do believe you got my eyes. Gotta love it.
A 3-2 Utah lead, and the Houston Aeros, they return to the Summit next Friday as they take on the San Antonio Dragons. Tickets are available by calling Ticketmaster at 629-3700. Game time Fridays at 7 o'clock. It's the Aeros and the Dragons at the Summit. We look forward to seeing you out there. 3-2, the Grizzlies lead this hockey game, and the puck is in their own end, and it's Vladimir Shabbat in behind his net. Put it to the boards, and Deneen moves up with it. We're 8 minutes into the second period. 3-2, Utah leads it. Puck put into the arrow end. Again, Shabbat comes out to play. But he shot it right over to Andrei Vasiliev. Puck came behind the net. Fished out by Shabbat, taken to the boards by LaRose. They battle in there. Shabbat pushed it down in along the wall. There's Vasiliev, who's as strong as you say, Troy, with legs as strong as an ox.
Well, they're the size of tree trunks, and that's what makes it so hard to knock them off the puck.
Marwanka in his own end for Houston. He'll start out with a pass that missed Lamb. Deneen going back, and Shabbat is there, and he'll try to fire it ahead. Aeros moving along the boards, and here comes Guy LaRose. He was pushed off the puck. LaRose staying with it tough, though, and it finally goes into the Utah end. Taylor going back. Conroy put an elbow to him, but Deneen rolled the puck away. Intercepted by Al May, cutting down the right wing boards. Came to the line, and there's Ray Whitney. Steered it out at center, and here comes Vasiliev. Righting on goal. Pulls up, trying to center it. There was Whitney to get it, and we've got a whistle and a penalty coming up. It's an interference minor coming up to Steve Jakes as he put Chris Taylor into the Aero net. And the Aeros are going to be shorthanded once again.
Steve Jakes just being a little too aggressive. Going to get called for interference, I believe, as he was taking Taylor all the way in and ended up knocking the net off its moorings. You know, and again, it was outnumbered situation. Speed coming at the Aeros defense once again. It's one thing that the Grizzlies do not lack is team speed. Steve Jakes taking that penalty. He was trying to ride out his guy. He just rode him too hard. You know, you got to let him go at some point. Steve took him all the way into the net, and he's ended up going to be penalized interference.
Seemed like the Aeros got off to a little slow start in this second period, and then that shorthanded goal really seems to have deflated them.
Well, and what has happened now is that the Aeros forecheck is not where it was in the first period. They're not getting the puck deep and working their cycle plays down low.
Off the draw, here is a pass that came to Levers. Had to go back to get it. Watched by Belmont. Puck came back. Messier snapped it back to Sharples. One of the better defensive guys, offensive defensive guys you'll find on any power play and on any team for that matter. Sean O'Brien steered it over Levers. Winding, shooting. That went just wide of the net. Puck came to the boards. Messier is there. Messier moving it down the right wing. Hands it back down. Came to the net. O'Brien to Jan Kaminsky. Sets up hash marks right side with a $1.25 to go on the power play. Kaminsky in the circle. Winding, shooting. That hit a leg and cuts to the boards. Levers got it back to the line for Sharples. Sliced it back down along the board. Sean O'Brien is there. O'Brien tapped it down for Kaminsky. Rolled it back to the line. Here's the shot. Shabbat made a save, and he will hold on. Got a stick on it, and he will cover up and hold on to that thing with 1:09 remaining in the Jakes penalty. 10 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second period. The Grizzlies with a 3-2 lead.
Freddie Shabbat wisely covering up, but he had a lot of time to cover up that time as there was two Aeros defensemen in front of him. Only one Grizzly player. Sean O'Brien was the only Grizzly player, and he made the easy save. But you can see all the room that Frederick Shabbat has here to see the puck come at him. It's just an easy shot by Messier. You know, two Aeros defensemen in front of Shabbat. Only O'Brien. That shot is not going to beat Frederick Shabbat.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Frederick Shabbat. 1:09 remaining in the power play for the Utah Grizzlies. Off the draw. Grizzlies have it. Here's Ray Whitney setting up at a right point. Puck came down in front. That's rolled away. And Whitney is there. Slides it down for Jim Dowd. Here's a pass centered. Deneen back to the line. Deneen getting set on the power play. Gives it to Ray Whitney with 49 remaining in the power play. Whitney slides it down for Chris Taylor. Make it Dowd rather to Deneen. Skates away from LaRose. Deneen for Ray Whitney. It hit a leg in front. Dowd trying to cut in there. Jimmy Dowd, who's given this Grizzly team the 3-2 lead. Puck comes to Ray Whitney. Hooked it down with half a minute to go on the power play. Whitney setting up on the man advantage. Has Mick Vukota in front. Zed rolled it down for Dowd. Looking to center it. It came to Whitney. Quick shot. Shabbat there. They reached for it. Whitney shaded off the puck by Basija, but the Grizzlies get it back. Here is Jim Dowd along the boards. Get it to the line. Deneen, the wrist shot. That's blocked by LaRose. He's in a foot race. Deneen trying to get there. And Deneen will send it over to Jim Dowd. But it's intercepted by Werwenka. He brought it across the line with 5 remaining on the power play for the Grizzlies. Taylor moves it along the boards as Steve Jakes comes out of the box, and teams are back at 5-a-side. Jim Dowd, right wing board, center ice, takes a hit from Valasevic. Puck is in skates. Yo fishing for it, and Kaminsky going back to play. Kaminsky sends the puck to Miller, put it to the wall. Sean O'Brien moving out at center. He's got more set on him, gaining the line. That's rolled away. And Belmont turns the puck around. Give it to Steve Jakes, or make that to Hurlbut rather, who put it up ice. That's across the line and intercepted by Levers. Brett Levers shot it in. It'll bounce to the corner. Belmont is there to play with 8:28 to go. Second period, a 3-2 Utah lead. Mike Yo, left wing at center, put the puck into the Utah zone. MacArthur comes out to slow. The Aeros with just 2 shots on goal in this second period. Grizzlies have definitely started to clamp down. It's not even as much defensively. It's just that they've kept play pretty much going toward the Aero direction.
Well, the Grizzlies are going forward and the Aeros are going backwards. It's plain and simple that Grizzlies just playing very well right now.
Out of the net, Frederick Shabbat sends a puck over to Dave Morissette. He'll move it out at center. Hands a puck too hard for May. Morissette got it back, put it to the near side. May trying to chase it down. He golfed it into the Utah zone. Under 8 minutes to go in the second period, and still a 3-2 Utah lead. Sylvain hit by Freer. They tie up along the boards. That's intercepted. Oh, Miller hauled down, and a penalty coming up to Mark Freer. Will bring you the Utah power play right after this. 3-2, Grizzlies lead it.
The goal is to survey hospitals for the best methods of care.
Correct.
Then share them nationwide?
That's right. That way patients get the benefit of all of our shared medical experience.
Goodness gracious. So if I go into surgery, essentially I've got over 200,000 people working on me.
In theory.
in theory, I've got 200,000 doctors and nurses working on me.
If it makes you feel better.
Well, yeah.
When you need an auto part, you don't need to search high and low.
78 T-Bird V8. In the driveway, busted water pump.
351 or 400.
I thought they both had the same pump.
He was going to go home and check his engine.
But that high-low guy had a good idea. Said I should take both pumps and just return the one that didn't fit.
He could get a water pump anyway. What he needed was high-low.
Whataburger presents a Lovin' Feelin' special edition concert featuring Johnny Rivers Saturday, February the 8th at the Arena Theater, benefiting the Aeros charities. You can pick up tickets at the Arena Theater box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 988-1020. He's your secret agent man from the poor side of town, and he comes to Houston February 8th. Buy your tickets today and help the Houston Aeros charities and Whataburger make dreams come true. A 3-2 hockey game, and once again the Aeros shorthanded, but here's Conroy speeding it across the line. He's got a lane, cuts in, here's the shot, they score! A shorthanded goal. Rob Balasevic, his second goal of the night from Al Conroy, and the Aeros have tied the game at 3.
What a play by Al Conroy, an individual effort to go around the Grizzly defenseman and then feed a wide open Rob Balasevic, who just put it in the open net. Excellent play by Conroy to skate hard, make a great move at the blue line around Gordonine, and then feed Rob Balasevic as Jeff Sharples went to Al Conroy. He just passed it over to Balasevic, empty net goal.
Off the draw, the Grizzlies back in their end, and Deneen coming out at center, put the puck into the arrow end. It shot the length of the ice, it'll go back into the Grizzlies zone. MacArthur out to play with 7 minutes remaining in the second period. That was only the third shot on goal for the Aeros in the period. Fifth of the year for Balasevic, second of the night. Puck is in the arrow end. Knocked away by Hurlbut, put it along the boards. That was held in by Gordonine, but the puck is cleared out at center. And here come the Aeros once again. LaRose charging up ice. He's got Rowenka trailing. LaRose shoots, and a blocker save made by MacArthur. And the Grizzlies start back. Up ice comes Whitney, gaining the line. Vasiliev behind the cage, looks in front, center. Oh, it was broken up by Basijo, and the Aeros come out 2-on-1 shorthanded. But now Sharples is back. The pass, Basijo dropped it. Lamb right in front, the centering pass. Knightway, another shot. They score? No, they say no. I'm going to tell you what, I think that puck went in.
That puck went in. I'm positive that puck went in.
That puck went in, and I'm going to tell you what, Mike Hasenfratz did not point to it, and Lamb once again is snapping. For those of you watching on KNWS, take a look at this. This puck went in.
Unbelievable non-call against the Aeros as Mark Lamb driving to the net, finds the loose puck, throws it on the net. There is no whistle at this time. And that puck is on the line, and then it's way over as MacArthur knocked it in, and from the reverse angle, we're gonna get a better look at this. As that puck is in, he knocks it clearly into the net and then brings it back out. And that's where the goal judge has to turn on the light and leave that light on.
That would have been something the Aeros have not done in their existence. 2 short-handed goals on the same power play. And that's what it should have been. And a bad call. Let's just say what it is. It's a missed call by the referee, and for that matter, anybody in the striped shirt and the goal judge. And that's the one thing different about the IHL and the NHL, where the NHL, they bring in goal judges that are hired from different cities to be a goal judge. Here it's Homer City, if you will.
Yeah, and plus they have video replay, and we had a great shot of that, as our TV crew here just did a splendid job in showing that that puck was clearly in the net.
Yep. Thanks to Paul Bykowski and Tim Sullivan doing an excellent job for us tonight. The rest of the crew here, KNWS, doing an outstanding job, and boy, they caught that. And that might be something that comes back to haunt the Aeros. Hopefully it won't.
You better hope that Dave Tippett does not see that replay during the second period intermission, or he'll even be more livid.
Yeah, somebody better lock the truck door. He may be banging on it to look at that one. Puck is along the boards in the Utah end. Mark Lamb put it down, and Shabbat is there. Here is Gordonine, fired it off the boards. O'Brien is out at center, and it's hammered in. Shabbat got a stick on it. Lever's trying to chase it down. 4:49 to go in the second period. Game is tied at 3, and the puck is out at center. Shabbat to Gordonine. And watched along the boards by Lamb, and it goes into the arrow end. Here is a long lead pass out at center for Lamb, and it's into the Utah end. Sharples. Whopping out at center ice, fired the puck in. After it, Jakes, it's icing if he gets there. They say no, and then they say yes. The linesman put his hand down. Telling you what, the linesmen are really back up to their old tricks here. The linesman had his hand up to indicate icing, so Jakes gives up on, or touches it, slows down, then he puts his hand down. Unbelievable action here from Utah. We're tied at 3. We'll be back.
Dodge Caravan not only offers a convenient driver's side sliding door, it's cleverly designed to hold the sliding doors open, even when you're parked on the steepest of hills. Try it out for yourself, if you're ever so inclined. Dodge Caravan. See your friendly Texas Dodge dealer today.
Some cellular companies
What? No service?
just aren't there when you're out of town, even right here in Houston.
We have to act now.
That important call could vanish. Not so with Houston Cellular. We have the best nationwide digital network. The only one that keeps you accessible clear across town, clear across the country. And we offer digital features like caller ID.
Perfect.
So choose Houston Cellular, or take your chances. Sign up with Houston Cellular now for 6 months free long distance.
Tied at 3 from Salt Lake City. We send it down to the Aeros bench, and Rob Dopson. It's getting ugly here.
Well, Adam, that's unfortunate. You know, from my angle here, you could see that MacArthur had put the puck in the net himself, but again, the referees are out of position to make the call, and the goal judge actually looked like he turned it on and then turned the light off. But, you know, I think we've picked it up here in the last 5 minutes. We're getting back to our game plan. We had a little bit of a lull here in the second period, but I look forward to good things here the rest of the game.
Thanks very much, Dauber. As the puck is out at center ice, Aeros trying to get back into their game plan here, and they did it with a short-handed goal. They nearly had a second one. Here is Valasevic. Takes a hit along the boards. Morissette digs it out. He centered it, but Sharples got back. Trying to clear the zone. It was held in by Werwanka. Picked up by Valasevic. Moving down the right wing boards. Valasevic hit by Jim Dowd. They tie up into the corner. Skate to skate along the boards. Good work, and it's finally knocked away. And there is Joby Messier. Rolled the puck up ice. Morissette putting Vukota to the boards. It's out at center, and the Aeros take it back. Mike Yeo takes a bump from Sharples, who had jumped up on the play. And the puck finally rolled back into Utah territory. Messier in his own end. Messier pulling up behind that with 3:25 to go in the second period. We are knotted at 3. Long pass missing everybody. And this is an icing call, I think. I would think, and it is. I can't tell anymore, but anyway, it's an icing call. And the face-off will be brought back down into the Utah zone. 3:18 to go in the second period, tied at 3.
Carl Belmont, who lately has been playing very well, last 8 games has 4 points. Seems to be jumping up in the play, a little more confident. He's starting to get some points now, as he was held pointless for a long time. You know, coming over, he's played 39 games. He only has 6 points, and he has 4 of those in his last 8 games.
Nicknamed the Duke of Cool. How did he get that, you know? Oh, hold on, here's a shot by Frere that's blocked, and it's in this pads of Miller. How did Carl Belmont get the nickname the Duke of Cool?
It was his first year pro. It was just the way he conducts himself, but this is the non-call at him. Watch Steve Jakes get hit here, and he is not prepared for that hit because it was an icing call. So he, lackadaisical, goes back just to touch the puck. That's all he has to do, and he gets ran. And I tell you, this officiating crew is a little frazzled. And look at the mouse under his right eye. He did not have that right eye like that coming over. You know, I had the pleasure of riding with Steve Jakes, as yourself did, and I did not notice that right eye coming over in the van tonight.
No, he looked all right. Actually, when we featured him in the Open, the tease for this hockey game, he had a black eye. He has been nicked up quite a bit this year. Not ever afraid to get his nose into it. Puck is in the arrow end. And the Grizzlies in there. Sean O'Brien battling in the corner. Puck came behind the net. And here is Hurlbut, who sends it up for Mark Freer. Conroy charging it across the line. A good hard dump in. It came to Conroy. Hits the brakes trying to make a move. He was bumped to the wall by Miller. And dug out by Almay. Hash marks left side. Hooked it down for Conroy, who's having a strong game for the Aeros tonight. Conroy, a cross-ice pass. Belmont slides it back down. In after it, Almay. He takes a hit from Gordonine. They skate the skate in the boards. May fishing for it. There's Freer, who loosened it up. Freer can't get by Miller. Now it is Conroy. Stuffs one in there, but no one in the blue shirt to jump on it. Aeros get it back. May scooped it down, but it was jumped on by Miller. Got it to the line. Belmont held it in. And right now the Aeros doing a fine job of forechecking. Grizzlies cannot clear the zone. Puck is rolled up, and finally Kaminsky will turn. And again he can't clear it. A very weak attempt by Jan Kaminsky to get it out of there, and Lamb held it in. MacArthur put it to the boards. It came to the wall, and O'Brien finally said, "I've had enough." He'll shoot it down. It's icing if Hurlbut can get there. He's in a foot race with Kaminsky, and Kaminsky beat him to it. And now we've got a fight breaking out as Sean O'Brien getting into it with Almay right in front of the Aero bench. Sean O'Brien getting into it with Almay. And the linesman separated.
Mike Hurlbut just chewing out the linesman. He felt he had touched that icing before Kaminsky. Then behind the play, he is livid. You do not see Mike Hurlbut get upset too often. So that leads me to believe that he did get to that puck first, you know. When you talk about Mike Hurlbut, a guy playing well lately, he's already surpassed his point total from last year. This is the icing, and just watch Mike Hurlbut. See if he does touch it first.
That's hard to tell. That's hard to tell, Troy.
It is hard to tell. I think his stick, though, that is his stick.
You know, and from what I understand, you're supposed to give the benefit of the doubt to the defenseman.
And then
you're supposed to.
This is the play behind now. Miller's coming over, trying to take a shot at Mark Freer by the Aeros bench, and that's why we're going to go 4-on-4, as both players are going to get 2 minutes each for roughing.
So a face-off in the circle to the left side of Freddie Shabbat. Taylor with Whitney as we go 4-on-4 for a couple of minutes. Here's a drive right on by Sharple. Shabbat got a stick on it, and it's out of play. 1:45 to go in the second period. We're tied at 3, and Freddie Shabbat, who has played some terrific hockey, we're going to feature him in the second intermission. Got some quotes from some people that make no bones about how good Freddie Shabbat has played, including Butch Goring, the head coach of the Utah Grizzlies, who had his comments thinking that he's one of the top in the eye.
Yeah, there was really no surprise when you ask players' quotes or coaches' quotes on Freddie Shabbat. You know you're going to get a positive review.
Puck is controlled by the Aeros, and Mark Lamb will move it out at center ice. LaRose through the neutral zone, across the line, a little out of his reach, now digging for it with Messier in the corner. Came back to the line for Wawenka. We're 4-on-4 for 1:35. Long shot right on MacArthur, steered it aside. Sharples gathers in the puck, handed over to Ray Whitney. Quick pass to center for Chris Taylor. 3-on-2 the other way come the Grizzlies. Taylor gaining the line. Whitney cutting the net. Here's a centering pass. Rolled away, another shot fanned on by Taylor, and the Aeros start back. Up the left wing boards comes Mark Lamb. Hits the line. Lamb cutting to the middle. Lamb put it through a skate. No, Mark Lamb was drilled up high, and a penalty coming up. Mark Lamb got nailed pretty good. A tripping minor as Lamb was falling, and the Aeros are going to get a power play. There's 1:02 left, so the Aeros will get half the power play here, and for the entire remainder of this period, the Aeros will go 4-on-3. A lot of ice.
Mark Lamb is shaking his right knee as Messier comes across here. Mark Lamb is cutting across, and Messier coming out there sticks out his right leg, hits Mark Lamb's right knee. He's slow to get up. Hopefully he'll be fine. This is a dangerous play for Mark Lamb to come across, as Messier realizing that he comes across, they meet head on, but Messier, Joby Messier, just sticks out that right leg. He's gonna go off for tripping.
So a face-off brought out to center ice, and Dave Tippett, I'm sure you can read lips, saying, come on, boys. He's got to be pleased. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams after getting a goal that's called off like that could fold up, but the team has stayed with it.
And they've skated so much better the last 10 minutes of this second period.
Darcy Werwenka, top of the slot, handed over to Mark Lamb, getting set on the power play. Here's Werwenka, the drive, and I didn't get good wood on it. Sounded like he broke his stick. And he did, had to drop it. Now the puck and all, what a bad play by Werwenka. Here's Taylor in on goal. Wade shoots and he flipped it wide. Werwenka went to get his stick and nearly cost his Aeros a goal. Wow. Werwenka will go back to play it. I tell you, the communication on some of the plays tonight been costly for the Aeros, or near costly. Go back to the Shabbat incident too.
And you need that communication in ice hockey. It's so fast. Players got to communicate it. Darcy broke his stick, went to the bench to get another stick and left open his side. He almost took advantage of it, the Grizzlies.
7 seconds to go in the period. Aeros on the power play. Puck is worked back. Here's Werwenka winding, shooting. MacArthur saving just as the horn sounds. And that is the end of the second period. It was definitely a tale of two periods. The first 10 minutes belonging to the Utah Grizzlies. But then the Aeros came back with a strong second 10 minutes.
And it was the penalties at the start. The Aeros were in the penalty box. They could not generate their forecheck. And then the second part, they scored short-handed, gave them tons of momentum, and they just skated so much better after that.
Takes us to our high-low scoring summary, brought to you by High-Low Auto Supply. The Aeros had a 2-1 lead, but that would come to an end at 5:18. Chris Taylor, his 17th of the year, from Vladimir Shabbat and Ray Whitney. And then the play we were just talking about a moment ago, Jim Dowd picking up a loose puck from the skates of Frederick Shabbat, threw it over Shabbat's shoulder, got his 9th of the year shorthanded at 7:10. And then the Aeros tied the game at 3. Rob Balasevic, his 5th of the year. That was shorthanded at 12:33. Al Conroy getting the only assist. We are tied at 3. We've got a timeout, a news update, and then we'll come back and take a look at Frederick Shabbat. Great hockey game. We're tied at 3 after 2 periods of play. And you ask anybody in the IHL who one of the best, hottest, you come up with the adjective goaltenders is in the IHL, and they'll say Freddie Shabbat. So that's what we did. We asked some people about Freddie Shabbat. Here's what they said about that hot goaltender.
Well, it's almost self-explanatory how he's played and what he's meant to our team. It really has been the difference in probably 95% of our games. He's just been spectacular game in and game out. We've given him days off trying to rest him up because he knows he's going to be playing every game. Right now we're relying on him probably too much. We need to take some of the emphasis off him and start putting some more goals in the net so that he doesn't have that pressure every night. We need him rested for the playoffs.
Well, Freddie Shabbat is probably one of the premier goaltenders in the IHL at this point in time. He finds a way to get in front of the puck. We all know he's going to go down, but he's got such great reflexes that his timing is impeccable, and he just goes down at the right time and doesn't give him any rebounds. So obviously he's an MVP for your hockey team. He might be an MVP in the whole league.
Well, I would think that Fred Shabbat right now is probably the best goaltender in the IHL, and surprisingly to me that no NHL team has come calling on his door. He's the best I've seen in a long time. He's a treat to sit behind him and to watch. Big joke with Freddie is that I'm getting better just watching him play, and I'll watch him for this year and then I'll be the best next year. But right now I think Freddie is by far the best goalie in the league. He's won us more games than anybody ever before, and he keeps us in a lot. He gives us an opportunity to win every night. He's the hardest working guy on and off the ice that I've ever been with. He finds out the weaknesses in his game and he tries to get better at them. So he's driven to get back to the NHL, and I hope someday somebody does give him a chance because he's certainly deserving of it.
Freddie Shabbat, highly regarded throughout the IHL. Troy, your thoughts on him?
Well, you know what, Adam? In 1991-92, I had a chance to play in Vancouver with the Canucks, and I thought Kirk McLean was the best I've ever saw for one season. Freddie Shabbat is blowing him out of the water. He is so consistent, so strong. He is the only reason why the Aeros have 24 wins.
All right, we're tied at 3 after 2 periods of play. We'll look at the highlights right after this. Welcome back to the Delta Center. We are tied at 3. Adam Gordon, Troy Gamble, and This game is really shaping up to be a good one. It looked a little thin there for the Aeros at the start of the second period, but they really picked it up.
Well, the second part of that period, Adam, they were the better team, and it all goes back to that forecheck. When the Aeros had the good dumps, they had pressure on that defense of the Grizzlies. They need to continue to do that, and if they do, they'll have some success in this third period.
Aeros had a 2-1 lead after one, but Chris Taylor quickly erased all that.
Well, you talk about passing and speed. This is two great passes. Then Taylor gets the puck, drives in on Freddie Shabbat. He gets held down by Bill Buller, but he still has the presence of mind to feed it on Freddie Shabbat, scoring. Excellent individual play by Taylor. But then Jimmy Dow, but it all starts with that forechecking. Once again, Kaminsky causing havoc for Freddie Shabbat, loses the puck in his skates. Dow's gonna jump on the loose puck and just throw it, realizing that Freddie Shabbat had lost his goalie stick, just throws it on the net, goes up over the shoulder of Freddie Shabbat, but the Aeros battle back, and it's Al Conroy that dances Gord Dineen and then feeds Rob Balasevic, who was wide open. That was just a great individual effort by Al Conroy, but then there was more controversy down at that end, as it's the no goal that went in. This was a goal. Mark Lamb made a great play. And the puck goes down behind the net. I believe it's Mark Freer that throws it out front. Mark Lamb fires it on the net. And there you can see the goalie clearly knocks it in. I believe that the red light did go on for a brief second. Mark Lamb shooting the puck, and then MacArthur putting it in his own net. And that's clearly a goal, and the goal judge and the referee should have got together and decided that that was a goal, and they did not, so the Aeros are down from that point.
All right, we are tied at 3 after 40 minutes of play. We'll bring you third period action right after this. Tied at 3 as we get started for the third period. Aeros will have a power play for another 57 seconds. And a reminder, Houston Aeros hockey is brought to you in part by Bud Ice, proud sponsors of the Aeros and the IHL. You know, speaking of the IHL, the All-Star game coming up the 18th, and a lot of people talk about the second half of the season, Troy, and how defense really clampens down. It's even tighter in the second half of the season. First of all, with the All-Star game later in the year, does that matter? Do you see defense clamping down more now, or will it wait till after the All-Star break?
I think it usually happens after the All-Star break. The players come back, they're rested, and then they're ready to challenge for the Turner Cup.
All right, we're 5-on-4 for another 45 seconds. Aeros on that power play, and here is Al May. Scooped it back to the line. Rowanka hands it to Basidio, getting set. Here's Rowanka, top of the slot, hooked it down. LaRose setting up with 33 on the power play. LaRose, pass, floats. Rowanka, the shot, that hit Lamb. Fished in skates. It came to Basidio. 25 left in the man advantage. Basidio slides it down. A centering pass, hit a leg. It came back, LaRose. Spins it back to the line. 18 to go on the power play. Basidio tipped it down. Give it to Lamb. Centering pass in front. MacArthur is there, and he will hold on. Good play by Mark Lamb and Al May, and Mark MacArthur made a nice save on that.
Had to be very sharp on that as Al May chopped it towards the net on Mark MacArthur. Dave Tippett standing and watching, and I'm sure that he had to be pleased with the last part of that second period. I'm sure the first part he could throw out the window, but the last part the Aeros played a lot better, and Mark MacArthur looking sharp. Started this third period. He's been playing very well of late. Very streaky goaltender. He's won his last 4 in a row. But prior to that, had struggled. You know, he was 0-6-1 prior to that in his 7 games.
Here's a shot by Basidio. Ricocheted off a leg. It's out at center. Vachon fighting for it, trying to take it away. That's knifed away. And the Aeros turn the puck around. Lead pass. Up ice. Here is Freer. Dropped it back. Conroy, the shot. Oh, jumped up and clipped Dineen right in the face. And he looks cut. We got a penalty coming up to the Aeros as Dineen is cut and a roughing minor. Gord Dineen took that puck right up in his eye. And
now it seems like every time a puck goes in someone's eye, you really get a little concerned.
And you talk about tough. Gord Dineen getting hit in below the eye with the puck. He did not even go off the ice. He was chasing down the loose puck in the corner to get the whistle. It gets deflected off a skate and then ends up going up below that right eye, I believe. He gets hit and he goes to grab it right away, but instead of going off the ice, he stays out on the ice and ends up chasing down a loose puck. That is tough. That's
So Rod Miller gets the penalty. 2 minutes roughing. Aeros will go back on the power play on that roughing minor. And the Aeros will come out with Bill Bowler, Mark Freer, Al Conroy, Carl Vallemont, Mike Hurlbutt. Jim Dowd to take the face-off against Bill Bowler. They joust a bit, dropping the puck, and jumped up on the two, and it's in skates. Bowler trying to fish it out of there, and it came back, and Sean O'Brien will move it up the boards and clear it down the ice.
huge opportunity for the Aeros power play unit to score a goal here, Adam, and give the Aeros a command into this hockey game, as they've been playing a lot better ever since about the 10-minute mark of that second period.
Puck is in the Utah end. Sharples going back. Bounced one back, and Belmont caught that off a hop, but it came down to the Grizzlies, and Sharples will smash it down the ice. 1:29 left in the Aero power play as Hurlbutt goes back to get it. Puck is out at center, and here is Carl Vallemont back to play it. Hurlbutt winds it ahead, cross-ice pass for Mark Lamb as he gains the line. Hammered it down, but it came right over to Sharples. He will turn, flip it to the boards. It'll bounce to the line. Vallemont could not corral it, and the Aeros are back once again. 2 minutes gone, third period, tied at 3. Under a minute remaining in the penalty to Rod Miller. Vallemont trying to steer it ahead for Valasevic. That's pushed away. It went into the Grizzly end, and Sharples will crank that the length of the ice.
Excellent job by the Grizzlies, jumping on all the loose pucks, just beating the Aeros to those pucks.
Aeros on their fourth power play of the night. Werwanka gaining the line. Werwanka cutting in. Some neat stick handling from Werwanka. Puck came to the corner. 32 seconds left in the Houston power play. Cross-ice pass, came to Basigio. Lets it go back. Werwanka winds it down. Lamb with 25 on the man advantage. A cross-ice pass floated for Basigio. He tried to center it down, knocked it away. It's back out at center, and Werwanka will go back. Darcy Werwanka gathers in the puck in his own end, and he'll start up ice. 10 seconds left on the power play. Werwanka drilled the puck right into the Utah end. 5 remaining in the man advantage. Puck came on the boards. Morissette fell, and here's Miller out of the box. Teams are back at 5 aside. Puck is picked up by Glenn Mears for Utah. He'll see some extra ice now with the injury to Gord Dineen. Puck is put along the wall, and it's out at center ice, and it goes into the Aero end. Andrei Vasilyev in after it. Hit by Hurlbutt. A good hit there, and the Aeros turn the puck around. Al May had a strong game tonight. Put the puck on the boards. It goes down the ice. It is icing as Miller is there, and we'll take a break. 16:22 to go. Third period. We're tied at 3.
Target marker. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radio's radar and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and now Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
See your Texas Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Tied at 3 in the third period. Let's quickly take a look at the second period stats brought to you by Southwest Airlines. 19-7 the shots thus far, or at that point, through 2 periods. And The face-offs 10-9 in favor of the Aeros, and right now we are knotted at 3. This is a very even hockey game, Troy Gamble.
Both teams playing well at times. It's going to be the team that takes over the third period that is going to win.
Puck is picked up by Freer out at center. Shot it ahead, but that's intercepted by Whitney. He'll bring it across the line. He's in on goal, and it's poked away by Shabbat. Puck came to the boards. Conroy in his own end, trying to clear the zone. He flings it up and gave it away to Vasiliev. Vasiliev turning top of the slot. Vasiliev had it popped away, and the Aeros come out with it. Here's Al Conroy turning at center. He'll bring it up ice, gaining the line, steered it for Freer. Freer moving in, he shoots. It's upstairs and wide of the net, and then MacArthur giving it to Conroy behind the play. A little stick work between the two, and here's Vasiliev out at center. He's got some room, hits the line with Whitney. Whitney moving in, shooting, and that went wide, and the net becomes dislodged. And play is whistled down, and from an update, we go to the Aeros bench, and Rob Dopson. Dauber.
Hi, Adam.
How are you? Talk about...
Actually, you know, in between periods there, Tibbsy was pretty happy with a lot of things that happened. We created some good opportunities. We were able to come back and tie the game. And unfortunately, actually went ahead in the game, but they nullified that goal. There's a couple things he was a little worried about. Just one thing, it's just basic communication. You know, Freddie in behind the net, and then the breakaway, or not, kind of the partial breakaway on Taylor there. But all in all, it was a pretty good period. We're tied, and again, it comes down to the fact we have another opportunity to win another hockey game here in the third period. Tighten up our own end and capitalize on our opportunities. We'll be successful here this evening.
Rob, I got to ask you too, you're not wearing the hat tonight.
No, there was a little boy who sat behind me the last game here who wanted it. I forgot to bring another one with me, so hopefully I don't look too big on television.
Puck is controlled by the Aeros and shot out at center. And Sharple's going back. Just about 5 minutes gone in the third. We're tied at 3. Levers steered it up ice. LaRose is back, put it to the boards. Kaminsky got it back, and Sharples to his own blue line. Kaminsky is turning. It was Levers that fired it ahead. O'Brien taken to the boards. LaRose across the line. Winding, shooting, MacArthur saving, rebound! And MacArthur with the save, and he'll hold on.
What a save on Mark Lamb. Guy LaRose gets the hard drive. A big rebound, and Mark Lamb tried to bury it past MacArthur, but MacArthur going from his left to his right, kicks out his right leg and makes a great save. Good shot by Guy LaRose, just getting it on the net, and then Mark Lamb throwing it on a sprawled Mark MacArthur, as MacArthur going from the top of the crease back to his right very quickly, throwing out his right leg and positioning himself, well, positioning himself so that Mark Lamb could not see any mesh. He tried to spank it in there, he just could not get it past MacArthur.
How critical was it that the Aeros get that third goal before the start of the third period? Because the Grizzlies, how about this? This year, they're 16-0 when leading after 2, but over the last 2 seasons, they are 39-0-2 when leading after 2. That is amazing.
That's just great coaching. Great coaching and great players.
Well, that's why they have 2 Turner Cups. A shot right on, and a terrific right pad save made by MacArthur. And now, Morissette, Messier getting after it. Morissette wanting to get it, Messier. And everybody all locked up right now. Be interesting to see what the calls are here.
Well, Messier threw down Dave Morissette to the ice. They were kind of just starting to jostle. I don't know if Joby Messier is going to get an extra 2 or not. Seemed to get Dave Morissette in the mouth area. It looks like he was wiping some stuff away from his mouth, checking his mouth guard.
The other thing about Moose is he's got to be careful. If he gets an instigator, which he doesn't want there, that would be, I believe it's 6 games.
Well, it's the great save here at the start. Look at that right skate save. Then he covers it up, and then after the whistle, Messier goes to Dave Morissette, and they exchange pleasantries.
But finishing my thought, Morissette would be suspended 6 games if he'd get another instigator.
Yeah, and he has to be so careful. He drops his gloves. He has to know that that other player is going to fight and is going to drop his gloves also, or he cannot afford it. You know, 6 games, that is a long time.
Well, he sat out the 4 and made his debut back on this road trip Friday night in this building. He's in the box along with Messier, and we'll go 4-on-4 for a couple. Puck is back in the Aero end. Carl Belmont starts up ice, and here is Hurlbut. Rolled it ahead for Freer. Across the line, Conroy, and now Hurlbut moving in. Hurlbut shooting, he scores! What a goal from Mike Hurlbut, and the Aeros take a 4-3 lead.
What a great individual effort by Mike Hurlbut and Mark Freer. Mark Freer feeding a nice soft pass to Mike Hurlbut. Mike Hurlbut was being hounded, but he was persistent. He kept his feet moving and ended up shooting a backhand past MacArthur. Mark Freer grabs the blue line, then feeds a soft pass to Mike Hurlbut. Mike Hurlbut, Glenn Mears just could not hold him, could not contain him. And Mike Hurlbut using his size and positioning. Mears was trying to hold him up, Mike Hurlbut, great shot, 5-hole. He got MacArthur moving from his left to his right and ended up just putting it past him.
Good sign for the Grizzlies. Gordon Deneen back out on the ice. But here's Freer across the line as the Aeros have the lead back at 4-3. Puck centered. That's rolled away, and here come the Utah Grizzlies. They'll move it out at center. Andre Vasiliev across the line. Vasiliev trying to move in. That was chipped away by Freer, and the Aeros are back. Freer had it behind him, and the Utah Grizzlies turn it around. Jim Dowd, give it to Vasiliev, snapped it ahead, and here comes Rod Miller across the line, fired it into the Aero end. Shabbat slowed it, but Vasiliev got it back, trying to shake off the check of Hurlbut. Out of the net, Frederick Shabbat steered the puck to the boards, and the Aeros come out with it. Mark Lamb had that fired away, and the Grizzlies, they're back, but they turn the puck over. LaRose gets it to Lamb. Roenka, the shot, that was whistled wide of the net. Basijo pinching, popped it down to the corner. Kaminsky chased it down for the Utah Grizzlies, fired it along the board. Sharples, he'll clear it out at center. It's skipped by Basijo. He'll hustle back. Levers trying to beat him to the puck, but Basijo popped away. Levers got it back. Levers cutting in the circle. Brent Levers, give it to Gordon Deneen. The wrist shot right on. Shabbat the save. It came to the corner, and it's controlled by Lamb. Lamb put it to the boards, and Guy LaRose will scamper out with it at center ice. The pass for Roenka jumped up on him, but he got the puck in. Deneen in after it. LaRose gives him a bump to the boards. Puck in skates. Here's a chance. The puck centered. Hurlbut shooting. He fired a shot just wide of the net. Back along the boards. Yo turning. Mike Yo lost the puck. It's cleared out at center as the penalties are over. Teams are back at 5 aside. Hurlbut put it to the boards. It's into the Grizzly zone, and Vladimir Shematurkin put it into the Aero end. Cheeks going back. 12:20 to go in the third period. Aeros with a 4-3 lead. Puck out at center ice for Mike Yo, trying to stick out through traffic. Lost the puck to Taylor. Across the line. Whitney going to the net. Centering pass. Right on. Shabbat the save. Was Whitney knocked that down. Whitney cutting into the slot. The pass in front. Here's a shot whistled wide. Sylvain, no. Gives it to Taylor. Back to the line. Messier, the shot bounced in. Shabbat save. Rebound popped out in front. And the Aeros come out with it. Dave Morissette lost the handle on it. And the Grizzlies go back as the Aeros make some quick changes. Grizzlies up ice though. Sharples, the long shot, wide of the net. Hurlbut back to the corner to play. It came to the boards. Hits out at center ice with 11:40 to go in the third. A 4-3 Aero lead. Aeros getting back, and we've got a whistle and a penalty coming up. We'll sort it out when we return. It's a 4-3 Aero lead on a Mike Hurlbut tally.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
At Plymouth, we don't mean to brag, but Plymouth Voyager's received a lot of awards lately. And during the Plymouth Awards sale, you can get Plymouth Voyager plus air and 7-passenger seating at no extra charge, all for this low price. Or check out the award-winning Plymouth Breeze for this low price. And the always popular Plymouth Neon Espresso comes with this great price. Come see what all the noise is about during the Plymouth Awards sale. Only at your Plymouth dealer.
Welcome back to the Delta Center here in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. You looked at that last play, Al Conroy coming down along the boards. I think more or less just trying to hold his man up, and they both fell. It was a questionable call, but you know, late in the game they need to be called. He's going to try to tighten things up a little bit than he did in the second period and give both teams kind of equal opportunities on the power play. So it's a big important kill for our hockey club.
Thanks very much, Dauber. Now I'm really worried he's bringing us back from break, Troy.
Ooh, he's going to be doing both of our jobs. Plus goaltending.
If he isn't already. Puck is put to the boards, and Jakes is there. Got it out at center ice. A 4-3 game, but a big, big power play for the Utah Grizzlies.
And a big kill that the Aeros need to keep this lead at 1 goal.
Levers at center. Shaded off the puck, and it's controlled by Sharples. He pots it into the arrow end. There's Jakes to play, put it to the boards. Knocked along the wall, Levers trying to cut down. Levers skate to skate with Jakes. Hurlbutt, a hit along the wall on O'Brien. Puck came to the line, Taylor winding, shooting. Blocked by LaRose. Taylor to Kaminsky, tees it up, walks in, shoots. Oh, he flipped it just wide of the net. Didn't miss by much. Sharples, the drive, Shabbat the save, and he'll hold on. And now Hurlbutt and O'Brien look at each other. Jakes getting in there a little bit as tempers heat up just a little bit, and the linesmen get in there to separate. 10:27 to go in the third. Aeros with a 4-3 lead, 52 seconds left in the penalty to Al Conroy.
It started to get very physical out on the ice in front of Freddie Shabbat. There's bodies all over the place as O'Brien's trying to get his positioning. Hurlbutt is taking him. Kaminsky is in front, but somehow Freddie Shabbat is able to locate that puck. He has the knack for that. Dropping down makes a great save. Dave Tippett hoping that his penalty killer's unit can keep on the force. They really want to force the Grizzlies. They're so skilled. You want to force them to make bad passes. Then the Aeros penalty killing unit needs to jump on those bad passes and shoot them all the way down.
Well, right now, I don't know what the delay is. I guess Jeff Sharples trying to find out what stick he wants and went back to the bench, and Sharples has the twig he likes. Jeff Sharples missed several games this year with an injury, and boy, was he welcome back.
Well, with that big shot from the point, Coach Going uses him on the point because he has that big wrist shot and slap shot, and he's very mobile for a large man.
Off the draw, Grizzlies on the power play. Taylor from the point. Sends one over, a cross-ice pass, a bad one, intercepted by Lamb. He scoots it out at center. Grizzlies are back, and Sharples, the cross-ice pass. That looked like over 2 lines, but no. Basilia moving in, hit down to the ice by Basijo. A clean play, crowd wants a penalty, but no way. Puck came down low. It's in skates and dug out by Whitney. Ray Whitney sets up along the boards, hands it down for Jim Dowd, who's got a goal, takes a heavy hit from Basijo. In the corner, it came back to Sharples, and it's intercepted by Basijo and shot the length of the ice.
And those are those loose pucks. The force was up by Mark Lamb. Dave Basijo reading that, jumps on that loose puck and shoots it all the way down.
8 seconds left on the power play. Puck to the boards. Aeros trying to clear along the wall. It's along to the boards, and finally Conroy comes out of the box, and here come the Aeros Hurlbutt. The long pass just missing out Conroy. Sharples going back. Icing is the call, and they'll bring the face-off back into the arrow. At 9:27 to go in the third. Still a 1-goal lead at 4-3.
Jeff Sharples, the Kelowna, BC native, took a year off from hockey, was tending to his pizza business. He used to have 4 Little Caesars, decided to come back and play, and it's nice to see Gordon and look at that. You talk about tough, coming back. Look at that gash underneath his eye. He likely went in there and took 6 or 7 underneath the eye, and always the competitor jumps back in and plays.
Faceoff is picked up by the Aeros, and they'll shoot it out at center for Valasevic with 2 goals tonight. Puts the puck into the Grizzly end. Yo, hard to the boards with Deneen. Vachon, a heavy hit to Valasevic. Here's Valasevic taken to the boards once again by Nick Vachon. And the Grizzlies come out with it. Here's Mick Vukota trying to advance the puck, and Hurlbutt is back. Aeros turn the puck around. Mike Hurlbutt, give it to Mark Lamb. Steered it for Valasevic. Trying to make the move, but that is icing, and we'll take a break. 8:56 to go in the third, and right now Mike Hurlbutt's goal still stands as the leader.
Hey, Water Guy here with a Whataburger special feature presentation.
Lean and Mean, a grilled chicken extravaganza featuring tender, juicy breast meat, the kind you'll find in Whataburger's thrilling chicken fajitas, great garden fresh grilled chicken salad, and sensational grilled chicken sandwich. It's the greatest cast ever assembled. And the critics agree, Whataburger's Lean and Mean is the feel-good meal of the year. So hurry on in. Just tell them Whata Guy sent you.
Give me another Sam White smile. The temperature's dropping, and so are the prices at the all-new Sam White Nissan Southwest Freeway at West Airport. And right now's the time to buy the affordable new Nissan you want. Choose from hundreds of new Sentras, Altimas, and Maximas in stock and ready for immediate delivery. And for a limited time only, get a $1,000 rebate on every Sam White Nissan pickup in stock. So hurry in and get yours today at Sam White Nissan, Southwest Freeway at West Airport. A smile from Sam White.
March 10th, it's the first annual Houston Aeros Charity Golf Extravaganza at the Cypresswood Golf Club. All proceeds benefit the Muscular Dystrophy Association and the Houston Aeros Charities. And that is a look at our Columbia Community Calendar brought to you by Columbia Hospital. And do you think Gordy Dineen needs a little health care from Columbia?
Oh, he had to go in and get sewn up. We've already alluded is how tough is that, though? To battle back, go in. You know, he was gone 5 minutes.
Well, just to let everyone know in Houston know how tough Gord Dineen is, he had to spend the weekend with you while we were in Phoenix.
Yeah, that was tough for him, trust me.
Pocket. Attacker Taylor gives it to Lever, centered, it went through the crease, back to the line, Sheba Turkin hit by Townsend, rolled it down, Aeros need to control the puck, they will, and another penalty coming up to the Houston Aeros.
They had to take the penalty. It was all hard work by the Grizzlies. They were all over the Aeros. They were rotating the puck, and O'Brien was in front of the net. There was physical play. Just an excellent job by the Grizzlies to force Dave Basigio to take a penalty. He's gonna have to go into the box there for a couple of minutes, and another big kill that they need. And Dave Basigio just getting a little too physical out in front of the net, and gives a little punch to the back of Sean O'Brien's head. A little love tap, I guess, a little tap to the back to say, hey, get out of the way of my goaltender, Freddie Shabbat. He's gonna get 2 minutes.
So he'll sit in, and a 4-3 Aero lead now in jeopardy, and another critical call here on the Aeros.
Well, the special teams are huge in hockey now these days, you know. You need a good power play, good penalty kill. They need a penalty kill now.
Here's a shot, and it's high and wide and shot the length of the ice. Puck is picked up by the Grizzlies, and they'll start up on the power play. Here's Jeff Sharples. He'll carry it out the center ice. Lead pass, Ray Whitney across the line, lost the handle. Aeros trying to get it out of there. Jakes couldn't. It's knocked down by Vasiliev. Puck in skates. It came down. Here's a chance. Whitney right into the shot. Oh, that hit the post, and it beaten Shabbat and went behind him. Whitney has it in the corner. From Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta. Cuts it down. The pass. Missing Vasiliev, but he went back and got it. To the line, Gord Dineen. Cross ice pass into Vasiliev. Andre Vasiliev, get it back to the line. Sharples, the shot, going just wide. Here is Dineen. Hooked it down to Ray Whitney behind that. Great move, he's in front. The shot stopped by Shabbat. What a save by Freddie Shabbat, and then Mick Vukota getting into it. And someone takes a pop at Mickey Vukota. And I'll tell you what, if this were the first or second period, the Aeros could easily be 2 men down, but I would think that Mike Hasenfratz, the referee, would be hard-pressed to put the Aeros 2 down here. But anything can happen at this stage of the game.
You really don't know. Watch this move behind the net. Holy cow. Ray Whitney, those quick hands and quick feet, fakes out Steve Jakes and then brings it out front. Great save by Freddie Shabbat to go down low, realizing that Whitney could not go upstairs. And then the little stuff after, as Freddie Shabbat was yelling at Mick Vukota. Mick Vukota was standing in front of his crease the whole entire power play.
You know, Ray Whitney, you see him, that replay there behind the net, and he learned that from one guy, Wayne Gretzky. Ray Whitney was a stick boy for the Oilers. I don't know, I think it was for 4 or 5 years, and he became good friends with Wayne Gretzky and learned a lot from him. And Ray Whitney possesses a lot of the skills that
that Wayne has. Maybe not at the same caliber. In fact, definitely not at the same caliber, but he definitely has a lot of things that he has picked up from Wayne.
What a great experience to be around the Edmonton Oilers during their heyday. Ray Whitney had the luxury of being the visiting team stick boy. So every night he got to be around great NHL players, and you can tell from his game that it has benefited him to have that experience to be in that NHL locker room.
Puck is picked up by the Aeros and shot the length of the ice. And with Jason Vukota in the box, that did not put a two-man advantage on the board as we suspected. 6:45 to go, third period, a 4-3 hockey game. Here's a long lead pass, missing Sharples. Werwinka going back, put it to the boards. Lamb steered it ahead, but the Aeros failed to clear it. Here's a chance for Whitney. Whitney moving down the right side. Whitney trying to shake off the check. Hooked it down, but Hurlbut blasted that away. Came to the corner. They tie up along the boards. Good work in the corner. Dug out by Sean O'Brien. Dineen, the pass for Sharples to Gord Dineen. Sharples getting set. Cross-ice pass for Sean O'Brien. Here's the drive. Right pad save made by Shabbat. Puck kicked out to Sharples. Rolled it down for Ray Whitney with 15 remaining on the power play, and the puck is shot down the ice. That should do it.
Great job by the Grizzlies moving the puck around. Freddie Shabbat looking very large in the net. And then the Aeros finally jump on the loose puck, get it all the way down.
Power play down to 3 seconds. And Basic will be out of the box, and here he comes. Puck is in the Aero end. Werwinka going back, takes a hard hit from Vachon, who's lost his stick. Here's a centering pass. Conroy cleared, not out. Second effort. Down the ice it'll go. 5:38 to go in the third period. A 4-3 game here from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. And it's picked up by the Utah Grizzlies. Jim Dowd skates it up and out of his end. Through the neutral zone. Freer trying to shoot it away. Mark Freer across the line. Freer moving in with a shot. A weak one that MacArthur steered aside. Al May. Get it down for Al Conroy. Conroy hit by Shabbat Turkin. They tie up along the boards. Puck in skates. It's popped along the wall. And Gordonine goes back. Freer has it. Hurlbut winding, shooting. Right on. Save made by MacArthur, and then he bobbled it. Here we go again. Conroy and Shabbat Turkin going at it. And everybody getting all locked up. Some more pushing and shoving.
Well, this game has become very physical, especially in this third period. Both teams playing very, very tough, not wanting to give an inch. And that guy, Al Conroy, he never gives an inch. He doesn't believe in giving an inch. He's going to stand up every night. He was standing up to Shabbat Turkin. I would imagine would have 6 inches on Al Conroy. They're both going to go off. I think that's a very good call. They're still going at it. Mark Freer and Mick Vachon still jawing at each other.
May and Jim Dowd discussing matters. We're going to take a timeout and sort everything out. 5:03 to go in the third. It's a 4-3 Aero lead. Don't go away.
Just look at all these products. Introducing the Fiesta brand with more than 400 quality items to choose from and prices like these, you'll want to stock up. 3 rolls of Fiesta Mart paper towels for $1. 2 loaves of Fiesta Mart white sandwich bread for $1. Farm tender beef chuck steak, $1.29 a pound. Regular diet and caffeine-free Coke, Sprite, and Mr. Pibb, the 12-pack, $1.99. Fiesta bread, Fiesta juice, Fiesta corn, Fiesta cookies, Fiesta soft drinks, Fiesta popcorn, Fiesta cookies.
Look, there's lots of places to get pasta, but only one is the original. For fresh ingredients and delicious sauces, there's only one fun, laid-back original pasta company. If it ain't the original, it's just an impasta. The Original Pasta Company, the place for pasta.
Marcos has been smothering entrees with authentic sauces for years. Now they make them stick to your ribs. Introducing costillas borrachas, slow-cooked charbroiled ribs glazed in spicy tequila sauce. Marcos, we're changing your expectations.
Aeros with a 4-3 lead, 5:03 to go. We send it down to the Aeros bench and Rob Dopson. Dauber, how does Dave Tippett handle the next 5:03?
Well, again, Adam, I think you want to take care of your own end first. We don't want to give up any odd man situations and then capitalize going the other way. It's, you know, I think tonight is just a typical of what's going to come here the remainder of the season. Both teams realizing how important the game is and playing it like playoff hockey. You see some tempers getting in the way here, and everyone's fighting for position in front of the net, trying to stake their territory. So the next 5 minutes is important for both clubs. I think most importantly for us to take care of our own end and then worry about scoring the goal as it comes and capitalize on that chance.
Dauber, quickly, how would you assess a victory tonight for the Aeros? How big would that be?
Well, I think it's big for us. We've lost a couple in a row now on the road, and that's something we're not used to doing this season. It's a big boost for our hockey team, confidence-wise, going into the All-Star break. We know how important the games are from here on in, and just because of how tight the division is. So every win's important, and this would be a big victory for our hockey club.
Thank you very much. 4:49 to go, and things still heating up. Here's Basicio moving down. Basicio centered. Lamb turning, couldn't get a shot away. Lamb trying to shake off the check of Sharples, who was hauled down. Mark Lamb screaming at Mike Hasenfratz, and tell you, Mark Lamb has been frustrated the last 3 games. Here's a puck that's picked up by the Aeros and cleared out. Mark Lamb starts up the other way. Lamb gaining the line. Rowenka going to the net. Lamb winding, shooting, and MacArthur stopped it. Puck came to the corner. It's picked up by Messier. He'll move it along the boards and up to Gord Dineen. Dineen out at center, gaining the line. Dineen trying to move in, and it's tipped away, and Rob Valasevic takes over. Valasevic, left wing at center, trying to move it across the line. Valasevic with 2 tallies tonight, pulling up. Valasevic dropped it. Belmont winding, shooting. He hit the post, I think. Belmont, I think, found iron. Puck jammed down, Freer. And it's rolled away by Rod Miller, and it's up for Ray Whitney in his skates. But Whitney starts up. You know, I'll tell you what, there aren't too many people in hockey that have such a great burst of speed. That first stride, like Whitney, is a shot right on by Taylor, and he'll hold on. I think Ray Whitney might be as fast as they come as far as that first step to get back to normal speed.
Well, that first step, what happens is he has those quick feet, the quick couple first strides, and he has that big burst of speed, and then he's off to the races. I never realized how fast he was until these last 2 games. I really never had the opportunity to play against him, but I remember when we came out here Friday, you were saying how fast he was, and you talk about the pipe. Carl Belmont is getting the soft pass from Rob Valasevic, and he blasts it off the pipe. It looked like MacArthur was likely screened by Mark Freer in front of the net. Excellent play by a couple Aeros there, Vallemont and Freer.
Aeros with a 4-3 lead, 3:44 to go, and there's Al May. I don't know, I didn't hear what happened. We have to check in with Dauber and find out what happened with Al May. Here is Ray Whitney behind the net. Came back to the line, a shot by Sharples, wide rebound, cuts behind the net. Whitney hit by Hurlbutt. They tie up in the corner, puck in skates, they continue to grapple for it, and play is whistled down with 3:26 left. 4-3, the Aeros lead it. Let's send it down quickly to the Aeros bench. Dauber, Al May's left the game, and I didn't hear why.
I think he and Nick Vachon, because of all the altercations that were going on after the whistle got him, were both given 10-minute misconduct, so they were showing the gate. I'm not exactly sure the appropriate call, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, thank you. We just were handed the stat here now. It just came up that they did get 10-minute misconducts. Thank you.
Al May, you'd love to be, instead of there, out on the ice. 10 minutes. I don't like that 10-minute call there because, you know, Al May's a big part of this team, you know, especially in the last minute of the game. A lot of times Al May's going to be on the ice.
He's a plus player, and you want your guys like that down the stretch. Here is Yo across the line, moving in with a shot and a pad save made by MacArthur. And the puck came to the boards, and Vukota trying to start out with it. It's out to center ice. 3:10 remaining in the third. Aeros with a 4-3 lead. Puck is shot in. Going back is Messier. Put it hard to the boards. Nick Vukota going back to play it. Vukota, the long lead pass, came out at center. Jakes is there to take over at his own blue line. Here come the Aeros. Lamb across the line, shoots the puck in. 2:50 to go. Third period, and a 4-3 Aero lead. Dowd across the line, centered. Here's the chance, the shot. It was hammered wide by Vukota. Dineen from the point takes a hit from Valasevic, got the puck in deep. Vukota is in after it, scooped it down for Jimmy Dowd. Dowd pulling it back to the line. It's lugged in by Miller. Give it to No. Sylvain No, taken to the boards by Rowenka. Conroy in there battling. It went behind the net. Rowenka taking over, flings it up, and did he get it out? Yes, barely. I thought maybe Rod Miller held it in, but the linesman says no. And now Valasevic wanting to go with Mick Vukota. Somebody grab a bird and pull off the feather and put it in his hat if he wants to do that.
That's a little bit of a mismatch. Mick Vukota, the New York Islanders all-time penalty minute leader. Seen a lot of time in the penalty box. big, tough winger. One thing that's really impressed me about Mick Vukota, you watch him practice. This guy's been playing in the NHL the last 8 years. His work ethic is great. I think that wears off on a lot of the younger kids on this Grizzly team.
Is he one of those guys that he just takes his shift, and if you leave him alone, he's not much of a factor, but all it would take would be an incident like what we just saw, maybe an extra shot, and you're waking up the guy.
Well, that's exactly correct. A lot of times you call those guys the sleepers. You do not want to wake them. You just let them play. And Mick Vukota is not a dirty hockey player. If you want to fight, he'll fight, but he does play it mainly very clean.
You know, this second time in 2 games I'm watching Sharple shoot the puck, and he put it right off the helmet of Sean O'Brien. We saw Taylor take one in the helmet Friday night. Get out of the way. Puck is controlled by Levers. Looks in with a shot that was blocked, and the Aeros smash it out this center. Can LaRose get there? Yeah, but Sharples gets it right back. Jeff Sharples turning in his own end, fired the puck out at center. It went into the arrow end. Rowenka's got to go back. They'll say no icing. Rowenka taken to the boards by Brett Levers. There's skate to skate in the corner. Mark Lamb jumping on it. Lamb pushed it up the boards, and it's back to center ice. 1:33 left, and now you begin to keep an eye on Mark MacArthur and if he's going to leave the cage. The puck is Basijo. It's rolled away. Rowenka trying to clear the zone. It's up the boards. Can the Aeros clear it? No. Held in. Long shot. Came down, Basijo. Can he clear it again? No. Levers held it in. Shot intercepted. Here's Townsend. He'll clear it down the ice. Is it enough for icing? Yes, it will. It will be an icing call with 1:09 left and a face-off in the arrow end to the right of Shabbat. That very well could be the end of Mark MacArthur.
Gordy Dineen back out after the cut, and Mark MacArthur's played well tonight. He's not played as well as he did on Friday night. I think we can look for him likely coming to the bench. He might even come before the puck is dropped. A lot of coaches like to use that 1 minute area as the gray area to bring in your goaltender, and I believe Butch Goring is going to use his timeout. He's starting to diagram up his play.
I wish we had Dauber on that bench.
Check it out.
But Butch Goring, I've seen him pull out some terrific last-second offense, and you can see right there Andrei Vasiliev, who's in the middle of that, and that's the guy you got to watch really here.
Yeah, usually that would be the guy, but tonight I don't think he's played that well. Not as well as he usually has in the past against the Aeros.
You know, there's a great story about Andrei Vasiliev. I don't know if you want to bring it up, Troy, but I believe, didn't you say he had 6 goals against you once?
Hey, it was 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had 5 goals in one game. He was playing for the Russian Penguins. It was a traveling team 3 years ago, and that's how he got scouted. He got scouted from playing on this team. Oh yeah, he had 5. We won the game though, 6-5, so everything was okay.
Let's let it be known that it's Troy Gamble's fault that Andrei Vasiliev is in the league.
Yeah, and Butch Goring found him. Took it. He's been up and down a little bit with the Islanders. I will take a little credit.
All right, 1:09 to go. 4-3 Arrow lead. Face off right side of Shabbat.
Mark MacArthur on the bench, and that means the net is empty.
Key draw here. Crowd getting into it. Shots are 27 apiece. Conroy against Taylor. Conroy wins the draw. Hurlbutt plays the puck along the boards. Held in Dineen. Shot ricocheted wide. Jumped on by Conroy. Flipped it to the boards. Held in by Sharples. Long shot. Blocked in front. Here's the chance. Whitney shoots. Oh, it flipped just wide of the net. Jumped on by Freer. He'll shoot it out at center. 50 seconds remaining in this hockey game. Aeros lead it by a score of 4-3. Gord Dineen got it to center for Vasiliev. Here he comes across the line. Lead pass. Whitney moving in. Here's Whitney centered. It's in front. In skates. They bang away at it. And Hurlbutt will clear it off the boards. It's down the ice. It will be an icing call. But Sharples has to hurry. He'll get back and touch with 29.4 seconds remaining. Oh, things still wild here in the Delta Center. Let's quickly send it down to the Aeros bench. And Rob Dopson, how do you assess the final 29 seconds here?
Well, again, Adam, as every play when the goalie's pulled, the draw is most important here. I think also, too, you have to be real strong down low. All Utah's looking to do here is throw the puck in front of the net and look for that garbage goal. If they can't get it back to the point, or they do get it back to the point, they'll look here to throw everything at the net. Then everyone drives in and hopes to get the garbage. But again, we have to be strong down low, win the draw, hopefully get it out in the neutral zone and fight from there. thing, too, is you don't want to always take that shot on the empty net because you don't want to give them another chance at a face-off and a set play down in your zone. So look for the puck just to be flipped out in the neutral zone where we can fight for it out there.
Thanks, Dauber. Face-off right side of Freddie Shabbat. Key draw, won by the Grizzlies, but it's in skates. Aeros got it. Can they clear it? Lamb rolled it to Freer. He's got the empty net. Freer hits the line, winding, shooting. Trying to lift it over Sharples, and he lifted it over the net. 18 seconds to go in the hockey game. Pass out at center. Mick Vukota across the line. Shoots wide of the net. Conroy trying to get there. Whitney blasted back to line. Sharples shooting. That went just wide. 5 seconds left. Vukota scooped it down with 3 seconds. Dug out by Deneen. Centered in front. The shot rolled away. As the horn sounds and the Aeros, they don't get a monkey off their back, they get a gorilla, they get a grizzly off their back, and they pick up their first win in franchise history on Grizzly home ice.
And it was a win that they deserved. Out of the third period, they did a great job, and that they won the third period. They were the better hockey team in the third period. Freddie Shabbat was up to par, up to task, and just a great win for the Aeros organization.
Final score 4-3, and let's take a look at tonight's high-low scoring summary brought to you by High-Low Auto Supply. And the only goal in the third period belongs to Mike Hurlbut, his 6th of the year at 5:45. Freer getting the only assist, and the Aeros go on to win by a score of 4-3. When Troy and I return, we wrap things up right after this. Houston Aeros Hockey on KNWS has been sponsored by Southwest Airlines, with low fares on every seat, every flight, every day. And by Columbia Healthcare. Healthcare has never worked like this before. And by your local Texas Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep Eagle dealers. Test drive one today. And by Whataburger, the homegrown Texas taste since 1950. The Houston Aeros, their first ever win in franchise history in Utah. They defeat the Utah Grizzlies by a score of 4-3. And you want to know how they did it? This is how, as we take a look at our Whataburger play of the game.
Great play by two Aeros. Mark Freer gains the line, then dumps it off to Hurlbut. Mike Hurlbut working very hard, just outworks Glenn Mears, goes on his backhand and puts it 5-hole past the goaltender.
All right, Aeros win it by a score of 4-3, and we will have a final comment when we return. Aeros pick up their 25th win of the season and are just 1 point back for second spot in the Southwest Division with the 4-3 win over the Grizzlies. Aeros return to the Summit next Friday as they take on the San Antonio Dragons. Tickets are available by calling Ticketmaster at 629-3700. Game time Friday is at 7 o'clock. And then KNWS and the Aeros return to the airways February 8th from Milwaukee's Bradley Center. It's the Aeros and the Milwaukee Admirals. For Troy Gamble, this is Adam Gordon reminding you the final score. The Houston Aeros 4, the Utah Grizzlies 3. Good night from Salt Lake City.